Alright, let's go! I don't think we should have any numbers back with the amount of players we have. Looks like Aragon is actually going to be staying Sicily, two Sicilies. Wait, there's... Oh, Morocco is an AI, and it's just occupying. Two Sicilies was AI at the end of the last session too. So it's just gonna be cleaned up pretty soon, I think. Is Castile? No, it's just two Sicilies. Looks like the AI went to war on their own, which is pretty impressive. Who are we missing out of the players? Europe looks pretty okay. There's no Mali, which I think Mali was in a pretty bad spot. Let's see. Yeah, not that great ideas. Tech-wise, slightly behind in mill and in other things, more so. Yeah, fair enough. Not that bad of an income. Well, maybe. Yeah, never mind. It is pretty bad. Though England is not that far ahead, to be honest. They didn't get an opportunity to get all the trade into the channel yet. Especially since they only control not even 50%. Hey Hoss. Welcome to our Europe stream. Anyone? I was also about to check, yeah, China. We didn't get Gansu or Yunnan back this week, so they're just gonna die to Fujian, Oirat and Bengal. Sad for Gansu because, I mean, he's not that great. But definitely, like, he was allied with Oirat and already won one war versus Fujian, so they definitely could have done something together. Too bad. We have Andrex on Australia. We have also Thunder on... how do you call it? The Caribbeans, and Sir Oakley on Mexico. There's a whole bunch of colonial... Oh, also we have a player on Congolese Brazil. I think he played... Maybe he was Mali before. Nos, I'm pretty sure Nos was playing something before. Maybe something in Europe? Not exactly sure. Oh, okay, looks like maybe first play war. Ayyubids with support of... Wait, Tunis? Yeah, Tunis is their vassal. So it's just Ayyubids going for conquest of Hormuz, which is land of Vijay. And I think Vijay is only allied to Bengal. Yep. Ayyubids are not calling in their allies. And as you see, it's might be difficult for Vijay to do anything about this. I'm not sure if this is... I mean, it should be a actual war because the peace is not instant. But Vijay is not moving their troops either. Maybe they're realizing that there's just not much they can do in this situation. How many transports do they have? 17, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much impossible. And that's assuming they would be able to land, which 32 galleys, 3 heavies. Yeah. Vijay is building a lot of galleys. So maybe they will try to contest, but who's flank? It's Flemish. Flemish is playing Ayyubids. He didn't say that the... Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, so basically there's a rule in the rule set that if you occupy vassal land for 100% for I think 5 years or something like that, then it's a forced peace. Oh, someone's joining. It's Norway. So yeah, with this, Iobit should be pretty secure to get Hormuz, and building ships is so slow that Vijay might not even get an opportunity to do anything about this. Like, even if he gets enough galleys to win naval supremacy, which might be tough, then he needs to get enough transports to actually land on the freaking thing. And with 17 transports, you just try to land, your enemy gets warning and he just counters, stack wipes you. You would need a huge landing stack to do anything about this. Yep, Norway. Perhaps if Bengal... maybe I should check Bengal's fleet. Oh yeah, actually it's Florida because he started playing on the colonial nation. I wonder what's Florida's ideas. Okay, so that's 5 heavies, which is something, but still might be not enough. Yeah, I think I should have this one in the bag, and to be honest, I'm surprised the Indians are even trying to continue this war. It's not that much death. They control only one center of trade, not even in Hormuz, but in the Gulf of Aden. I'm not sure it's worth trying this. They probably could get access through Punjab, but then they would still be missing naval superiority. So maybe if they had naval superiority, they could try and get through Hormuz, but then they'll be fighting against the enemy who could just keep his fleet in Suhar, and then when they try to cross, just put ships out to prevent withdrawals, which would make invasion much more difficult. Ideally, they would have to go through Persia, and Persia is an ally of Ayubids, so that's probably not gonna happen. Let's look at Florida. Oh, they still have Norwegian ideas. Fair enough. 40 decades of income. I mean, for a colonial nation, that's not too bad. They are by far the richest one. Mexico is surprisingly poor, despite... Oh, he actually... Caribbeans have surprisingly much death. Oh, I guess because they have the entirety of those islands. Hey! I'm doing fine. It's been a fine day today. Hopefully we'll get some actual action pretty soon. Gansu is already being eaten by Chuchian. I'm pretty sure Oirat is gonna follow suit. Yeah, there's not that much going on currently in the world. Oh, Vijay is moving troops to the north, but... Oh, yeah. It's basically Ayubids versus Vijay, and Bengal is in it as well. He is moving his fleet, so... Oh, Bengal is actually even moving their troops as well. Yeah, currently Ayubids have the naval supremacy. Let's see, who... Do they have access all the way through Persia? Oh my god. Because Persia is granting Ayubids access, they can just walk through. That's a bit of a mistake. I think it's just Ayubids. Yep. Though they could call them in if they wanted to, because they were allied before the war started. But that's a big mistake from Ayubids to let Vijay just walk across. I mean, Ayubids started this war. They wanted to retake Hormuz. They declared for the vassals, so I think what, 5 years, if I recall correctly from the rule set, they will get a forced peace on Vijay. I mean, it's maybe. It would be much better if he didn't let them just walk into Persia, because he could control the seas. They have barely transports, so best they could do is walk across Hormuz, but walking across 2 straits is just terrible. But yeah, if they have access through Persia, this makes this a bit more difficult for Ayyubids. What's their actual 100k? Yeah, Vijay has 160 and Bengal has another set of that. And Vijay is keeping their troops in Persia, so they cannot cancel access. I think that's how it should work, right? Yep, we cannot cancel access while their enemies have forces in our borders. The good thing is I at least can see that, but doesn't seem like they're doing much about this. What's the current combat with? 27. Yeah, he doesn't have a full back row of cannons, and 30k in the Egypt proper. Wait, where are the Vijay's cannons? Oh, he only now recruited them, I guess. And Bengal's army in here as well. Yeah, that's a second cannon stack. And he's actually... No, they're just waiting? No, they're going straight for Iraq. Persia is being okay, fine. If the Ayyubis just cancelled access they had through Persia, that would be a non-issue. Indians would be stuck on their side of the ocean, and there's not much they could do. Yeah, their ships got beaten. Are they actually going to... Yeah, there's no reason they should try to force Hormuz when they can just walk around. There's way too many ships of Ayyubids. They did try to take the naval supremacy, but the galleys seems to be superior. Isn't it? It is an inland sea too. Yeah, this could have been just a straight up win with no fight for Ayyubids. Yep, they definitely should be committing. Like right now there's not much that can help them once the Indians just walk across, and that's what they're doing. Or are... what? So now they just got 60k stuck on Hormuz for whatever reason. And if Ayyubids just get there in the next 5 days... Oh, that's gonna be close. Oh, they made it. So now Bengal is just going to lose 60k, I think, in a stack wave. They have low morale from the assault on the fort. Okay. Okay. So that happened, I guess. Yeah, it was unlucky. Like Bengal, if it was 1 or 2 days longer, then Bengal would have captured the fort and they would be able to reinforce. But still, it was a really bold move to even attempt. Ayyubids were just kind of slow on reaction that they had even that much time. And there was no reason to, like, they can just walk across. It's the same kind of fort, no terrain modules, but you can reinforce without any issues. Or you can even go, like, straight for, I guess there's mountain forts in here. Good question, what's their quality? 4 morale, 15 discipline. About even. Bengal has a bit more discipline, but a bit less morale. But now there's only there's half army of Bengal in the field, so that doesn't even matter that much. Okay. So Ottomans are actually going for Persia. Huh. It's a fake war, I think. It has to be. I wonder... Wonder if it's something about this war that they're... Yeah, it looks like there's 2 provinces that are going to... Shirvan and Dagestan. Maybe it's a mission or something? And now Ayyubids are calling in them to this war, but... This means the Indians are stuck in here, right? Between the 2 forts. So there's 100k Vijay troops stuck, being forced to fight on a mountain fort versus only 27k Persians without any cannons, so they better do something about that quick. And there's also 60k Bengalis stuck to the north. Yeah, but I mean, Indians... I'm not sure why they didn't just straight up go through Iraq. They could have done it. But for some reason they waited. And now they're stuck fighting on the mountain fort, which is something you never like to do. It appears they have a slightly better leader, 1 more PP in both fire and shock. Also, Ayyubids are striking from Hormuz into Bengal, and Bengal has a 6-5 leader, hot damn. 5-4 for Ayyubids, so it's not that bad, but Ayyubids are going into mountains. This might be a bit of a bold move, because Bengal still has pretty much similar numbers. And Persians are still gonna lose on the mountain fort. What's the... I mean, Persian morale doesn't look too bad. They have 10 less discipline, but still, the like mountains is more than that. Okay, so that's kinda sucks for Persians. They had a beautiful opportunity. At least Ayyubids won versus Bengal, so now they can continue to pursue. Maybe they get another stack wipe on poor Bengal. They're only moving with like half the army, what? They still should win. And there's some Ayyubids withdrawing. Vijay is still being stuck. Even if they capture this fort, then they're just forced to go into Iraq, which is not exactly perfect because their reinforcements are over here. Bengal is actually withdrawing into Hormuz, and now they just move the fleet, just move the they could have just stuck up them right here and there. Well, happened anyways, but Vijay is still stuck behind the Laristan fort, which is not a nice position to be in. And Bengal only has 30k infantry with no support, so they're just gonna get wrecked. Bengal is recruiting a bit more, not moving more troops anytime soon. Vijay as well, only keeping his current expedition. And now the entire army of Ayyubids are gonna crash into that 27k infantry of Bengal. It is in the mountains, but with proper reinforcing there's just not much Bengal can do. They are withdrawing into the mountain fort. which is probably the best possible province they could have went for. It's probably a manual withdrawal. I might have even tried and risked the fight versus Vijay and try to stack with them. I mean, now there's additional 30k troops in this expedition force. It's gonna be annoying. Everyone still has plenty of manpower, plenty of money. No one really committed anything yet. Yeah, they're just all below force limit. Bengal is severely under force limit, but he's actually a bit low on manpower. I guess that 3 stack waves does that to people. I mean, Persia was formed from QQ, and it's QQ always is a pretty hard game. It's not too bad. How behind is he? Oh, he is pretty behind on the mill ideas, so that probably explains the lower quality. Yeah, they all have finished. So, kinda weak, yeah, but not too terrible. Okay tech, okay economy. I mean, Indians are obviously richer, but that's not too bad. But looks like Vijay is just gonna siege this fort and take it, then there's not much the Ayyubids are trying to do about this. They don't have the numbers to fight the entire army head on. Especially alone. They didn't really do too well with Persians. I mean, if they want, they could do both things at this point, because they're about to take this fort and then they have just access to Ayyubids whenever they want. They might get cut off eventually. There's a lot of mountain forts in Persia, which is the issue. The Iraq actually has pretty decent fort setup. It's only mountain forts everywhere. So that will be very annoying. I mean, they can occupy Iraq, but it's not going to be worth that much war score anyways. It's not really devved that much, except for this one province for some reason. Not sure why they would dev a marsh with grain, but fair enough. Oh, they lost the Yasuch mountain fort. They might be still trying to retake naval supremacy and go across Hormuz, because remember, the war is gonna end in like 2-3 years, because it was declared for Hormuz. Maybe they want to send a peaceful message to Persia, so next time they can get help versus Ayyubids. Wait, there's more wars going on, by the way. Oh yeah, by the way, France is getting occupied. Tuscany and Ottomans versus France and Florida. And Lotharingia is doing a separate war on France. Whoa, that's actually huge. Wow, what? Where's the French army? What? They won one battle versus Lotharingia, but lost on the second one. Yeah, that's the same. Didn't know that he had in him to just do a backstab like that, but apparently so. There hasn't been any battles versus Tuscany, and they have already occupied, like, how many forts is that? 2 only? Okay, only 2 forts so far. And there's no one helping France? What? The Ottomans are not even... They're not even there, they're just fighting their AIs. Why is the French army so tiny? Like 150k? They could recruit a lot more. It's not like they're losing that much money. They don't have any loans. And they're kind of Okay, so France is unconditionally surrendering to Tuscany, which I think is... I mean, they... Okay. I'm just kind of confused about this entire thing. And I mean, the one winnable would be... I think you misspelled Felice because you meant Lotharingia, I assume. Yeah. But why not surrender immediately or something? Like, I'm just confused why France is so weak. And that they, like, even when they were fighting the first battle, it was only 130k versus Lotharingia when they have 200 force limit. They don't have any loans, they still have manpower. Yeah, I suppose they were fighting a lot of fights in... Oh, of course! But when France is busy, that means that Prussia is coming back for Westphalia, and Lotharingia is in this war as well. Yeah, so this puts Lotharingia betraying France puts Westphalia in a bit of an awkward spot, because he was dependent on the Western support to fight the other Germans, and as well as the rest of the Eastern Bloc. But now they're just gonna come back in force. Okay, quick look at... The Indians are once again trying to take Yasuj. Ayyubids are sending their troops over there kind of slowly. There's still 75 next to Hormuz. And the siege score is already positive. And now France is taking another battle on Paris. Lotharingia has... Wait, France is bankrupt? Okay, now I get this. France went for some kind of... Oh yeah, I remember, he was bankruptcy building, I think, at the end of last session. So now he's bankrupt and that's why he's just so vulnerable. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised that the Iberians are not doing anything. We got an alliance with France. What, they have no truces? They had one with England and Westphalia, I think. So yeah, it looks like the alliance were not as firm as France believed when they went for a bankruptcy build. Now it's, however, for Westphalia, this means that they need to really commit to be able to defend themselves, and even then it might be difficult. It's Prussia, Poland, and Sweden, which basically means that it's the Eastern Alliance in 99% of their power. With 100% it would be with Lithuania. And Lithuania is just not doing much. Oh, they are getting a humiliation on Austria. Pretty nice. Yeah, pretty rude, but not inaccurate. That's exactly what the vibe I was going for, Velis. To be fair, there's a lot of force in Westphalia, so it might be taking a bit of time before the Eastern Germans get anything, or Northern Germans. Prussia, Poland, Sweden. I mean, with bankruptcy, it will be ending in about 1.5 years, so not too bad. It would be hard for Lotharingia to occupy the entire thing, but still. But then after Lotharingia wins this war, which if they're fast enough they should, what will they do versus the East? Because last time, even with France and with Poland bankrupt, they had a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, in Persia, the Muslims were thrown away from Yasuj, which has fallen, and that means very bad times for Ayyubids. But actually, I think they have still about 2 or 3 years until they get a forced peace on Hormuz, and there's 1/4 between the Indians and the vassal lands, so it might be doable. For both sides. We'll see. Westphalia is going for a battle. They have the same discipline as Prussia, however they are lacking in morale quite a bit. They are fighting with better terrain. The leaders are superior for Prussia. But yeah, the Westphalian quality is not too bad, but the numbers are just too much. Even while they're just losing this battle versus Prussia and Sweden, Poland is just sieging whatever they want with their 150k. And yeah, I mean, France doesn't even need... They could actually go for sieges in the area, to be honest, yeah. Because I was afraid they might be too risky for them, but they have so much vision in here. They would see Lotharingians moving a mile away. And it's not like Lotharingia, even if they tried their best, they could siege all of it in 2 years. France is going, however, for another battle. We got printing press, which is where? In Styria, which is a vassal of Poland, obviously. Salzburg is also vassal. Salzburg is a vassal of Westphalia. Okay. And France is gonna lose that. Yeah, that's not ideal. Like, they're just losing manpower for just getting a few more weeks of time, not really benefiting that much. They are costing Lotharingia manpower as well. And they do have greater recovery, I think. Well, no, because they're bankrupt. Oh, and Westphalia is just... Yeah, I don't think it was the best idea for Lotharingia to just... This infighting is really not that good. I mean, if Westphalia was big enough that like Lotharingia was just selling it to the Easterners, but it doesn't seem to be the deal. Unless, I mean, Lotharingia is not fighting in this war, so maybe they joined the Eastern Halbbox, and it's not like Sweden is sieging them as well. And they could at this point. So maybe Lotharingia is just going a full-on dark side turn and stabbing everyone around them. It can't look this way. Yep. Xavier, it appears your Padawan has finally turned. A bit surprising it took that long with you as his master, but still. Oh, the Arabs actually managed to retake Yasuj, which is very impressive, and especially since I think it basically secures the victory for them. Where was that? It was probably like some big battle that they managed to force. And they lost all the battle on Yasuj, so I'm not sure what happened. Did the Indians just left it open and went for Persia? It appears kind of dumb to me because it is a vassal war, I think, right? Okay. I mean, I just don't think that going for they have time to go for Persia. The war started 4 years ago, and I think the rule was about 5 years. Now Lotharingia is going for the hill fort. There's no fort on the mountains, which is a bit unfortunate for France. It's probably like the best province in France for a fort. And with rivers everywhere. Just beautiful. And now Sweden is sieging Brem. Brebe. Yes, it's how the Dutch pronounce it. Yeah, looks like the Western Alliance, after winning very difficult wars against the Eastern Alliance, are just falling apart. Let's see how Lotharingia ends up coming out of all this. Might be. Okay, here's a piece. I think what changed? And yeah, so France bankrupting last session was the nail in the coffin of the Western Alliance, but France was doing a bankruptcy build, right? They had no need to actually bankrupt, they just wanted to because they thought their alliances were secure enough that they wouldn't have to worry about a war. Right? And Vijay is going back for Yasuj after this mostly pointless expedition to the north. And Vijay only wants a bit of money from Persia. And here they go fighting on the mountains. There's a lot more Bengalese troops this time. On paper, I think the Indians should have this one in the back, but the reinforcements are kind of far away from the actual battle. It should be on time though. Wait, 19. Or maybe not. It's, yeah, okay. And the 29 is gonna get wiped. Okay. And no leader as well, so that's too bad for those guys. I think either Ayubids or... Not really. Ayubids recruited like 30k more troops. Bengal increased their troop numbers a little bit as well. I think since they changed the time for disembark, trying to do some naval stuff is a bit difficult. Especially in such a small space as France, basically. And it's just France versus Lotharingia. I guess Florida is in it as well, but they're probably just doing their stuff in New World. Florida is... Oh, what the hell? Is this part of the plan? I guess it's just tiny stacks. Yeah, they're just doing their stuff, okay. Well, I think they need some privacy. I mean, it's 24... It's just tiny stacks, but it seems to be a lot. Okay. To be fair, France somehow managed to delay Lotharingia taking the next fort. And they should be out of bankruptcy in just a few months. So hopefully they won't try and go for another battle, because that would be really useless. Actually, Bavaria. Oh, it's probably some kind of Emperor thing maybe, or just Defender of Faith. Yeah, Defender of Faith stuff. What did Westphalia lose to the Eastern Alliance? It appears it was a white peace in the end, somehow. Did they misclick or something? Okay. Yeah, Westphalia is just... They're just chill. It appears they just white pieced the entire Eastern Alliance with no change of lands anywhere. Poland didn't even connect their lands in here. And Indians lost another big mountain battle, damn. How many troops was that? Oh, like almost 400k. Hot damn, and it was the Muslims who had the advantage, which is surprising because 171k is about what just one of the Indians have. Yeah, and somehow together they... Oh, I guess Vijay just had 60k, sitting with a cannon stack in the north, not doing anything. Also, there's a bit of a rebel problem in Vijay. I mean, it's not big stacks, but it's a bit annoying. Oh, Punjab is sending their troops to deal with this. Oh, it's apparently the Ottomans who did something. I mean versus Poland, Prussia and Sweden? I'm surprised they didn't try and go for it. They would have for sure secured the war goal. They might have been able to push Lotharingia out of this war and just force a peace on Westphalia. And Ottomans would actually have to try to fight the entire Eastern Bloc. What are the forts in here? Poland doesn't have the best line because they have one mountain fort, just grasslands in here. So not the best, but I think they could have tried and go for it. Especially since it was just such a great opportunity with Lotharingia busy, France being pretty occupied, and Westphalia not really being able to do anything on their own. And Sweden has 70k, 170k, Prussia 80k, Poland 120k, so like almost 400k, which is more base force limit than Ottomans, who of course could go way over, but just as those guys could. And if they occupied Westphalia fully, they would have the ticking war score on their side. I think they could have gone for it. I'm surprised they didn't. Yeah, like the Western Alliance basically collapsed currently. I wonder how the Iberians are looking on the entire thing. They're just allied to each other. And the Nepalese part of Two Sicilies is kind of exposed. Yeah. Lotharingia is still allied to Great Britain as well. Westphalia just Lotharingia. And the Muslims are still continuing to... Oh, looks like the Indians just gave up, I think. They're just going home. The war should be over in a few months anyway because of the force peace mechanic. Yeah, I think the Easterners could have called Ottomans on their bluff and actually tried to fight them. But I guess they didn't want to take the risk. And I mean, eventually an opportunity might show itself up anyways, like with all that fighting over here. And Westphalia must have betrayed France as well because they had an alliance and they broke it. But to be honest, at this point, France might just win. Yeah, they're going over force limit quite a bit. 200k versus 171k. Let's see the quality. Lotharingia has actually way higher quality overall. 5 more discipline and 0.5 morale more. They have not perfect amount of cannons, but okay-ish. They're gonna get cut off in Paris. There's some... What? Why do they have 2k cannons and no leader? What? Someone started this battle and they didn't decide to take a leader with them. Oh, and Lotharingia might get stack wipe as well. Oof. Yeah, they're actually kind of committing already. Like there's not that much manpower they have left, though they could just be spamming mercenaries, of course. They actually have a few already. And France, actually France is still recovering morale slower than Thuringia. Wait. Yeah, they have pretty much the same base, but looks like Thuringia has some bit more bonuses to it. It's fairly even, but maybe Thuringia has a small edge. Let's see the income. 170 for France only. So maybe Thuringia actually has quite a good chance to win. Yeah. Has all the advantages versus the battles anyways. I mean, the overall, from battles it's 0, but remember France was bankrupt for most of this war so far, so... I mean, maybe eventually, but currently they're in no need to... Like, it's... their bankruptcy is far, far away. And they're actually... What's the war goal? Freiburg. It's a random place in Switzerland. Westphalia is helping Thuringia a bit with the rebels, which is something. Hey, HP. Currently we have a war between France and Thuringia, where Thuringia has... What's going on? Oh, we lost Gradiax? Ooh, the coalition got him. And yeah, the Indians were forced out of this war with all of Hormuz's lands going to Ayyubids. Ayyubids made it way more difficult for themselves than they had to, because of the access the Indians had through Persia. But they won anyways eventually, so that's nice. Only lost like 1 million people or so in the meantime. Also, Westphalia was invaded by Sweden, Prussia and Poland, but apparently Ottomans intervened and the Easterners decided they didn't want to risk a war with the greatest power. Yeah, pretty sure they still have the best income, 300. I mean, England is actually pretty poor, this, at least at this point, only 90. Not even sure who could compete with the... Punjab is getting close to 200, so almost there. Yeah, it looks like no one even has 200, so yeah. Ottomans are ahead a fair bit. They have a lot of buildings too. Yeah, like basically all manufactories, all production. I mean, they don't have space for that much manpower buildings. They require a bit more deving, and they have like a bit more force limit buildings. Oh, Krediak's coming back. Yep. Oh, there's a new war starting. It's Ethiopia, Rosvi, Westphalia, Ayyubids, and Congo. I mean, Mali is not playing, so... And I think the GB just went in with force and just kicked Mali out of the coast, and then Mali left. So now there's a scramble for Africa, basically. Yeah, it's Ayyubids coming from northeast, Castile coming from northwest, which with Timbuktu their vassal, Britain going from west, Congo going from south, and Ethiopia going from east. It's basically a free-for-all right now over here. Let's see those wars, by the way. Ayyubids' conquest of Ethiopia. Oh, damn! Flemish is just going bonkers. Actually, wait, I think that's a fake war. Yeah, seems to be. And Westphalia joined the war versus France. Okay, I mean, with this, France should collapse, I think, right? Circle, you're Valley, right? By the way, or am I confusing you with someone? Oof, Francis. Almost? Valten? No. I mean, 90 with Lithuania. Though they might not have... no, wait, they actually have over 20k. Barely. So, Yulteriki, you didn't follow me so far, Valten. Shake my head. Makes me sad, as Shavir said. Actually, I have like a few sound bites from people saying stuff with a funny voice, but I need to make like a soundboard eventually. Yeah, looks like France is in a tough spot right now. Not that much they can do. And oh, Ethiopia is getting land in Arabia. Seppuku? Well, hopefully you're good with maths then. Might be tough. It's not Sardinia, it's two Sicilies. And also, whoa. Nah, this can't be a real war. Yeah, it's a war of honor. Because that would be a pretty damn big war versus those two. Jujian has basically the same force limit as the Ottomans. Now, true, they have much lower income. 200 manpower. Half the manpower, but still. Jujian is strong. Even compared to Indians, who are not too shabby either. But not one of them breaking the 300 force limit. Oh, that's a good question. What do they need to get the Taiping? They actually can form Taiping at any minute they want. And yeah, they miss quite a bit to form Republic of People's Republic of China. Yeah, trade deals are just a scam. That's my opinion on them. I once got I was playing a 24-hour campaign, and I got into a trade deal, and I was pretty sure I was losing a whole bunch of money on it. And of course, eventually I figured out I was, but because it was a 24-hour campaign, I never had time to actually sit down and count the numbers. Trade deals are scams. 3-6, better leader for France, but there's like 100k, and Westphalia is also sieging the fort behind. If they actually rushed this, now France still has an exit through Berry. Yeah, with Westphalia, so it seems like France was basically cut off from the alliance. How much debt does France have? 810. So Westphalia is actually bigger than France by a tiny bit. Yeah, the Iberians are just chilling. They don't have a truce, they don't have an alliance. They're not doing anything about France. Yeah, and Iberians were helped by France during their war in Italy. But it seems that the entire thing kind of died down. And two Sicilies are chill with Tuscany, at least. And they've been for quite a while. No, of course you send the port access to players. It's the best, like actually just the best way to make some money without clicking is just ask everyone to give you money. Anyone you can see, someone will give you money. Yeah, like if you have time, you can just beg people or just send them like requests for money and someone will actually send you. Oh, damn, the French names are the bane of my pronunciation, but this part is holding quite well, to be honest. Oh, and France is withdrawing all their troops to Iberia. Which is fair, because I think they have only one line of forts left, and it's protecting their border. So yeah, it's the best defensive position they have currently. Not sure how Castile likes having additional 27k troops on their regiment, but there's not much they're doing about this so far. Yeah, the French government in exile, exactly. They're just moving. Oh, wait, we have Morocco now. So he's probably going for that mission that gives you permanent morale. Where is that thing? Which one was it? Oh yeah, the Black Guard. It should be pretty simple, just a bit of deving in a few places. And they have pretty much the rest of the stuff. They would need... wait, they have all the trade. Privateers, okay. Yeah, they could go for Al-Andalus. I think they pretty much have everything anyways. And France is going for a sneaky maneuver. They're gonna surprise the 1k of Westphalian troops. Or I guess maybe not. They're just gonna slowly walk up to them. They gave him fair warning. Oh, they're not Muslim. Yeah, that's right. But I mean, Catholics is pretty good. So they might just stay Catholic and form Spain eventually after they backstab Kimi. Which I'm not saying will happen, but oh wait. Morocco is now, so Iberia is deciding to support France in the end, which I'm not sure. It's 130k, I mean... Yeah, Kimi is noticing that Iberians just fought so hard against cringe they turned into an Italian and Moroccan. How strong is Morocco? 120 income. There's a fair amount of money, 150 force limit. Wondered about the quality too. 4, 6, and 15. Not too, but the discipline is actually... it's okay, but Lotharingia and Westphalia have a pretty huge discipline, so... Sia HP. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, one issue for France is they have no forts currently. Like, they're not being protected in any way. They're actually getting stab hits. So, yeah, they need to get some wins fast. as in like pretty damn fast. They could just retake the war goal and just walk 1k in there and just take it. Oh, I guess they recruited mercenaries just for this. Oh, this fort might have been blocking them. I'm never sure how it might have been blocking them, this fort. I was confused how like occupied forts work. Yeah, so they recruited the mercenary stack specifically for the war goal, I'm pretty sure. They're just waiting for it to recover morale. And they still have a fair amount of time, like a year. And this battle is actually going to be huge, but the problem for the Germans, let's call this block this way, is they might get cut off, and that pretty much just happened now. Because they have to go around the long way if they want to reinforce the main battle, which might mean that their reinforcements might be too late for the actual thing. Plus Westphalia is fighting with a -2 in terrain. So yeah, and now this battle is pretty okay for France as well, to be honest. So they should just continue, I think. And yeah, double win. Now it would be really good if they actually remember to use that mercenary stack to retake the war goal. On paper at least, but that's called counting Florida's troops as well, but still. And the numbers just went down because of the battle, so that's not really something to take note of currently. That might be a small stack wipe? No. Still a good win for France. They need to remember about the occupation because, I mean, they don't have that much time left. Just one fort in the stack hit. Well, province, I mean. A fort too. Yeah, you better hurry. It's a -1. How much is what the offer actually hits? I can't see at this point. Okay, they're taking the fort, but it's still not going to be enough. Actually, they failed to assault the fort, so that doesn't mean much anyways. They need to take the war goal. How much do they need to pay for a stab up? Oh, they actually have a... Yeah. They really don't have that much time, and I mean, they're still not guaranteed that they will win this battle with morale lowered by the assault on the fort. I mean, frankly, this battle is just delaying France, maybe just for long enough. Actually, never mind that. The only thing that can save France at this point is retaking the war goal. Westphalia is noticing that... No, not really. And yeah, I think it's GG. France lost, but to be honest, not that much, like 22 death. I mean, it's a great province. And it really cuts off this part of France, but... Probably not worth losing 1 million men overall for this. Especially since France... they could have... Now the war is gonna end once the... in 6 more days. And they even recruited the mercenaries. Oh god. Such a waste. Yeah, now he notices. And yep. Yeah. And they even won this battle. Hot damn. They could have really made Westphalia and Lotharingia, even if not lose this war, then really bleed. And they would be quite open to an invasion from the east. Yeah, they took a single province and a bit of money, I think. And now France, did they just fire those mercenaries? Are they going for another bankruptcy build? Possibly. Yeah, imagine being those mercenaries in Switzerland. You gather in Geneva, and listen guys, it's a secret plan, we're gonna go to the Freiburg, take the war goal, secure it, just wait for the signal. Wait for the signal. Wait for the signal. Okay guys, never mind, the war is over. Just go home. It is a dream job, to be honest though. In the meantime, the Eastern Alliance is taking Memmingen, so their power is pretty much unstoppable when such powers are falling before them. Lithuania is still struggling. It's tough being Lithuania. 30 decades of income. Yeah, Jukes really wrecked this nation at the first session, but still they're not really recovering at the speed you would probably expect them to. And they will get to another war versus Muscovy at least, so that's something. If Oirat doesn't manage to go at it first, because they already have half of Russia occupied with their Bashkiria vassal. Actually, like Oirat is... Oh, Oirat in the end allied Jujian. So that's interesting. Wonder how they're gonna be split. Is the rest of Gansu going to Oirat at this point? I wonder about that. Also, Jujian actually annexed the their Japanese vassal, so they just gained a nice boost to their dev. And I think they might be the second strongest nation in the world currently. Yeah, I think it's fair to say. Bengal is going for yet another war in Indochina. Like at this point, they should be pretty much finishing those tiny nations. Bengal has a potential to become one of the more powerful nations, I think, eventually, but I mean, maybe not. Though, how much they have in vassals? I mean, overall, they have, if you include vassals, they have more dev, but Punjab is probably going hard at deving in the river valleys. And I mean, even wars versus AIs cost money. And finding a little adventure in Persia doesn't help build buildings as well. Australia is going for... Wait, they actually got all the natives annexed already. Going into New Zealand now. The hobbits seem to be unable to put up much resistance versus the occupiers from Malaysia. Let's actually check all the colonial nations. Congo is just going along the coast. Both sides really poor. But I guess at least doesn't have much competition in South America. I think he needs to rush for that Incan lands to get a lot of dev this way. Otherwise it will be a really slow start for him. What won't help is that Congo might be creating another colonial nation in the south if they just go for colonizing in here. The strongest colonial nation, I think, which is the Caribbeans. Pretty decent income, and most of it is actually from production, which is somewhat impressive. I assumed most of the money he was making from trade, but apparently no. The trade is mostly going north and staying there for Florida. Okay, well, how is that good for Great Britain? And Mexico is just chilling. Great Britain with the nice 4K thing in here. Mexico got a lot of gold though, so they're making pretty decent income. Yeah, but why is the trade going north? I guess, okay, because there will be Bordeaux, yeah, that doesn't really help Great Britain. Fair enough. But still, a lot of the trade is being lost to Florida, because Great Britain only controls 9% over here. So yeah, I think that's the reason why GP is so poor. Yeah. The entire income from gold goes to Great Britain. Oh yeah, it does seem so. Which is weird that it actually shows up in UI like this. Okay. Didn't know that's how it worked. Wait. Lotharingia is at war with Tuscany, but that seems like a fake war. Ah, yeah, it's like Defender of Faith stuff or something. Yep. Florida is like the biggest winner currently of the colonialism. Making a ton of cash, mostly from trade. And expanding nicely as well. Over 500 dev already. They dealt with all those natives occupying their lands. I'm surprised that England is not really doing anything about this yet. Because the colonial nations don't really care about where the trade is going. They're not gonna get it either way. But maybe having a bit richer... Your overlord could be sending you subsidies to build buildings, so that's something, but having a weaker overlord is nice as well. When you want to actually rebel eventually. I don't think rebelling should be that hard if you're really putting your mind into it. Lithuania is going into war versus Muscovy yet again, and this time it appears they will be able to do it on their own, which is certainly a step forward. Yeah, they're only behind on admin, on diplo ideas, which is something, and not that much behind some nations as well. He's recovering, and I don't want rebel would feel shit. Yeah, versus Great Britain, but what is Great Britain recovering from exactly? He wasn't part of any wars recently, I feel. I guess just from fighting in Mexico? Ah, yeah, Great Britain is recovering from not playing too well, as Greg's just said. Yeah, that's fair enough. You're Sir Oakley, yeah, in game. Oh, wait. Another round in Westphalia? Yeah, Prussia is going for Lotharingia proper, actually, so there's clearly no deal between Lotharingia and the Eastern Alliance. So yeah, Lotharingia, Westphalia versus Sweden, Prussia, Poland. I mean, was it this campaign that they had the 0-0 king for like 30 years or something? That they had zero prosperity for the longest time despite positive stability and no fights. And the biggest issue currently for Great Britain is Florida. They're just sucking up all their earn from colonialism. Yeah, I think it was this campaign. Oh, apparently we're crashed and we're rehosting. Nice of Shavir to actually let me know, thanks. Because otherwise I would have no idea and would have worried that... oh damn, yeah. The emote, I forgot about that. Okay, let's do a quick switcheroo. I mean, who is he allied? He's allied to... currently, Norway is not allied to any... Great Britain, France, and Malaya now. Oh damn, Florida has some good allies. I mean, you need to kill the mods. That's the first lesson you need to learn. Kill the mods, kill the mods. But now with the hackbox in the West gone, I mean, it's just mod season, I think. Mod season open in our Europe.
Yeah, so we didn't realize that we had mill access with each other. We didn't call each other in, so that would have been fine, I thought, but in the end not. But we stack wiped a lot of them in the beginning on Hormuz.
Yeah, I was like, why are they even trying to go through Hormuz?
And then we trapped all of their army inside.
Yeah. That was actually good
by calling Persia in. I don't think they really knew what they were doing at that point. They were having a little stress moment and just walking around with their armies.
Yeah, like on paper, just one VJ on Bengal should just destroy both of you guys, but they just...
No, their GJ only at 75k at the beginning of the session. His army was only 75, I checked.
He was sending like 130k to Persia, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, VJ's army was in the beginning. When I did my tier list, he had 75 troops, but Bengal at like 200k. And then yeah, we destroyed them on the mountain fort with the extra morale and the higher mill tech. So
I mean, you also lost a fair number of mounts on that mountain fort as well.
Yeah, I think we lost one battle.
No, I think it was like 3 on Yasuj.
Yasuj, but then one more where you won, but you got way more casualties because the infantry compatibility and discipline was better than.
Yeah, but my morale was one more than yours, and I had a higher cannon deck, so.
I mean,
basically,
I did have 15% damage from back row. I think it was almost even on that one.
Yeah, that can be the case.
Almost lost. How many troops do you lose, by the way? I'm curious.
I don't know. We can check later.
Okay.
Did you guys realize it was a vassal war because you were not really focusing on Hormuz?
I mean, we couldn't because he didn't have a navy. I thought he did, but he lied.
But why didn't you just go up through Iraq to Hormuz?
Yeah, but Iraq was too much. He didn't push hard enough, I guess.
Persia had a lot of forts out anyway.
Yeah,
and
in the north.
After Yasuj, he would have still needed to take Qatif.
Which is a flatlands fort, basically, so it's not that much of a deal.
Yeah, well, but that would give us enough time to recover our armies and send it to Hormuz, I think.
I think that's a bold assumption.
I did brain fart at the beginning of the war and had just 60k stack wiped.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's a big brain move from Buku. But you almost got it anyway.
Yeah, I almost got the fort.
You had like 1 or 2 days.
About too late. Just in time.
Yeah. I was pinging me the entire time.
And then I got another 30 stack wipe in Saidabad. It was outside of the fort line, so you couldn't reinforce.
It was also a dick move that you caught in Persia later, so you just got the...
Well, it was not a plan to call him in, but I didn't realize I had mill access with him. If I wouldn't have had mill access with him, I wouldn't have called him in, because you wouldn't even been able to reach me.
Yeah, so this entire war is basically fault of Flemish not noticing that he had access through Persia. We could have avoided this entire problem.
Yeah, and also I don't know how you got through Punjab, because
he just gave them access. What do you think?
Did he give you guys access?
Yeah, of course.
I have access with him, I think.
Oh, he told me he didn't. Crazy X moment.
Yeah, Kradex, you can never trust Kradex. Crust Kradex.
Well, but still it would have been easier, because your only way would have been Hormuz for me. So it would be...
Nah, if their only way was Hormuz, then they would have to get naval supremacy anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if the only was Hormuz, VJ would have focused more on building up a navy, and then we might have won because he had a lot of heavies. I would have tilted.
Yeah, still would be tough because like you would
Yeah,
need either transports, which is basically so many transports you would need, or you would need to get through Hormuz, which even with naval supremacy would be difficult because you can just plant a fleet on Hormuz proper and then just send one ship every time you need to cut off the reinforcements.
And still, I can always move between Hormuz and Qasim. I can just indeed block off reinforcements. So
yeah, like double straight. Oh my god, what does it mean?
Yeah, it's very wacky.
I should have had my other half of my fleet there, but I'm still working on getting the fucking maps from to get around of Africa with my heavies and big ship. How is it called? Flagship.
Man,
Big ship.
Big ship. Yeah, it's big ship.
Syria looks very scuffed.
Yeah, Europe is having some. They're figuring some stuff currently. Like apparently, France and Iberians are kind of in the same block versus. It's actually I'm not sure what's going on in Europe currently.
Show me the new world.
Yeah, so basically we have Florida, we have the Caribbeans, we have Mexico, we have Congolese, Brazil, all that's player nations, and we have Australia.
Yeah, and what?
There's also
what happened with Morocco, Spain? Morocco. Yeah, okay, that's.
Castile formed Morocco, basically.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Morocco is here, but he doesn't have a colonial nation yet, so.
Yeah. Oh, we started. I'm all tapped out.
Yep. We're starting.
I'm deving a lot, because everyone told me in the tier list I need to dev, so that's what I did.
Nice. You also gave a lot of dev to Ethiopia, so that might have.
Well, I didn't have the.
When are you getting Iraq from Persia, by the way?
Well, I'm not getting it because I need. I don't have the gov cap anyway yet, so it's of better use for him right now to have a strong Persia.
Wait,
getting played like a fiddle, Flemish. Played like a fiddle.
Maybe not.
How are you above gov cap? You don't look that big. Like you have a lot of provinces, but you don't
have
a lot of.
I have 850 dev.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the government cap from estates.
Oh yeah, that's.
No, I didn't take those.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean.
The worst thing is I can't do.
Wait, Kimi is in. Who are we waiting for?
I have no idea.
Not me.
Yeah, you loaded as the last
Ethiopia.
one.
Am I loaded as the last one?
Yep.
What
are we missing?
For me, it says
I'll go back to Europe.
Didn't load yet.
No, it appears that you loaded to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Not Pop and Karberg, which I think is Lithuania. We might be waiting for a hot join.
It didn't say that I am connected. Oh, it just says connected. It doesn't say my name. Okay.
Yeah. You don't see your own.
Well,
you probably could use some better advisors, by the way.
Me?
Yeah.
I have a 2-2-2, I think.
Yeah.
Don't I don't really have the money.
It's still like it's fine losing money if you get free advisors, and if you get them with, oh yeah, the 50% one, get that to like level 5.
Well, you can see I am still at the loading screen.
That's weird because we actually I think moved the day.
Brain that.
What the hell is that, Valten? Voila!
Tell to brain that me. Cause
I cannot. I mean, I can't tell them anything. I don't have chat access, unfortunately.
Still have lobby thing.
Yeah, it seems. We need to write that on like to the mods or in the Discord. Hey, Sebel2. Nice nickname. Seems you're enjoying the true MP experience of rehosts and hot joins. Oh, monologue from V for Vendetta. V for Valten. Oh god, that's. Heck King root. So apparently Kradiax hates the Heck King. Is it like Hettites? Hectites? We're also missing Lithuania, but I suppose we can live without them for a bit before they hot join. Also, Flemish still had some problems. Also, why did I get a ping from Crusader Kings? Oh, they're playing right now, okay. Fair enough. So yeah, currently I think the only war we have is Thuringia, Westphalia versus Sweden, Prussia and Poland. Flemish lost, I think. Yeah, I think he officially crashed. Are they playing on CK2 or CK3 Phillies currently? Oh, okay, we got 3 hot joins at the same time. Nice. That's hot. That's hot. CK3, well then I can play. Since I don't have CK3 and I'm not planning on supporting Paradox anytime soon. I already had to spend a whole bunch of money just to host one of the games. Oh, very bad. Yeah, you know that game pretty damn well. CK3 too? Did you play it enough to know all the events and so on? Wait, there's appears to be a few more Blue Flames. Tuscany? Oh, that's another of the religious war. So let's see if the Ottomans are gonna be coming yet again to the rescue. Yes, yeah, Walton. Hop. Can the Ottomans intervene? Wait, it's versus Lotharingia actually. We can't intervene in this war. Oh, there's not enough great powers. Ah, they can. Well, of course, they can just. They can just enforce peace. Never mind. I'm dumb. Yeah, Paradox is not really being that generous with discounts lately, to be honest. Haven't really seen a good deal on CK3. I think I have it in my wanted on Steam, so it would show up if it had opportunity. Valten for Goodbye is sending 670 nodes to the Embrace Waifus challenge, which, by the way, I changed the rules on this recently. So the way it goes is now that... Oh wait, we're rehosting again apparently. What? And also break. Well, as the nulls you commit to a challenge actually stay in the challenge, so you don't lose them overall. And the challenge is going to be basically continuing until one side wins. So yeah, currently, let's see who's winning. Waifus are at 23% and Reject are at 20%. It's fairly balanced, at least for now. Yeah, it's rehost and break till 1955. So I'll actually be... Yeah, even... Oh my god! Waifus are getting close. Wait. Some people have just way too many nulls. Break. 1955. Okay, it appears all players have arrived. And we should be getting back into the game right now. Nice. Jupa Supa enjoyed the loading screen in the break so much he followed. Thank you. Let's get back to the matter at hand, which is the invasion of the Eastern Alliance on Westphalia and Lotharingia. And paper, it does... What? Lotharingia says Ancon, but he didn't actually Ancon. He doesn't have to pause the game for an Ancon, just accept the peace. Wait, did he just go... No, he's not bankrupt. So he said he's... wait, what? Why did he say Ancon if he's not unconning? What? There's some kind of big brain strats that I'm afraid you can only learn from Shavir. And now the... Doesn't we are allowed to Ancon? Well... Yeah, you are allowed, but you have to actually Ancon. It's a button you press in game. And it is possible that Fairytale is not aware of the presence of such button. "12 years? 1 year? What's going on?" I might be missing something. Okay. Let's give it a bit more time and see what's actually happening. Westphalia is recruiting troops. Lotharingia is recruiting troops. France is... wait, what? Oh, it's like the graphics bug, I think, with the nation switch. Lotharingia is not in fact recruiting troops, it's just Westphalia. Yeah, you get sometimes this kind of visual glitches. I think they just don't know how to Ancon. I DM, I brought him on Discord. Okay, I did my best. I think Westphal just took the next Miltech. They are on 13, unfortunately. Sweden, Prussia and Poland are on 13 as well. Which, I mean, it's pretty huge boost to artillery, so that's pretty significant, but with only Thuringia being out of it, doesn't really matter much, because they can just use Westphalia as cannons. You can just peace out whenever they want. The weird thing, the Eastern Alliance is not even pushing, so like both sides are kind of confused, I suppose. Maybe they're just figuring out what they actually want in a peace deal. I'm not sure what's going on. Wonder if they are as confused as I am currently. And let's check the AI wars. Looks like it's for... Yep, Australia is expanding into the AIs. There's so many tags in this area. Actually, wait. They're at war with like 4 nations, and oh, I guess that's just 4 provinces. Bengal is fighting the Indo-Chinese yet again. It actually might be the same war still. Will he be able to actually finish them this time? Probably not. Yep. That's a lot of death in Ayutthaya proper. Yeah, 41. Huge province. Okay, they peaced out. And Prussia got a whole lot of land. Oh, damn. They only took... Yeah, it appears they only took land from Lotharingia. Full 15 years of truce, so that means they took everything they could. But yeah, they didn't reconnect Polish lands in here. They didn't take back the Polish cores, even the gold mine. They just went for Lotharingian land. A lot of it too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 provinces from Lotharingia. And those are pretty huge ones too. This is pretty huge, I think. Yeah, actually, Lotharingia is... their income basically collapsed. They're only getting by because of the subsidies from Tuscany. We have quite a nice income. Yeah, France is struggling as well. Westphalia is actually doing fairly well, but versus the 3 allies, it's too much. But like Westphalia on paper is the strongest nation in the area, but they're just alone. And Lotharingia really suffered a lot in this war. This was a huge hit that they just got. They cannot really afford to... Well, Westphalia is allied to Tuscany now. So Tuscany and Westphalia with Lotharingia as well? Now that's a different thing, so this might go much better next time. Unless Lotharingia, they attack Lotharingia and they won't ally with Tuscany. Punjab is at war with Chuchian. Seems like, yeah, war of honor. Bengal is also attacking Yunnan. And Oirat is being surprisingly passive this session. Not really going against Gansu. It'd be nice to get the mountains on the border, even though he's still a horde, right? He could stop being a horde any moment he wants. Could become a republic. Nice. He's basically taking the unified horde identity, but he can just switch at any point with little cost to become any other government form. He's not expanding anymore into Russia as well. Not that there's a few provinces. Some of them are okay-ish. Lithuania is finished with their war with Muscovy. Seems like there's not gonna be that many more left. Great Britain is going more into Sahel Africa, which is, I suppose, one place they could get more of their... Yeah, it goes straight to English Channel. That's pretty nice. That's pretty damn nice. So they want definitely more trade in the Ivory Coast. La Faringia is taking the lands of the AI released from France. Easy 20 dev. Wait, Ansbach, it's vassal of Poland, okay. Ingolstadt is a vassal of... This place is... It's a real HRE kind of border mess. What the hell is going on here? We have Poland with a U here, and then Westphalia doing a cutoff. And we get Ulm, Bregov and Konstanz independent in the area as well. Baden is independent as well. Some nice grasslands provinces. Just free for grab. Congolese Brazil is still somehow... Oh, what appears to be happening is... No, that's colonies of the colonial nation proper, so Congo is not giving the colonized land straight to their CN. Those... Yeah, the occupations has been going on for 6 years. Not sure what's and why going on. Nice trade good on this colony. Some really nice rolls with cocoa and coffee. Congo is in the same war. I think basically all of Africa except for Sahel is fully taken by players, but Sahel is just up for grabs, and the British are making the first move into Mali, which actually has the majority of the lands. And wait, actually Ethiopia is grabbing bits and pieces as well. For some reason they do not have a land connection between their lands in here and their proper lands, because they're cut off by Canon Bornu. Oh yeah, Fairy Tail couldn't surrender immediately because you have like a 12 months you have to wait. That's true, I forgot about that. Prussia is releasing Holland, so we actually have the modern Dutch nation on the map. All the duchies can rejoice. And the colonial nations of Great Britain are also at war with Mali, because that's how the game works. Shouldn't be too difficult even for Great Britain, who is not doing that hot, though they are increasing their income quite quickly. They're already increased it by like 50 since the beginning of the session, so that's not too bad. I'm really surprised how much dev there's in the Caribbeans, but those islands are just really good land. All of them just 10 dev. And I'm sure he's deving them up as well. Yeah, this one was 8 times. And Mexico being active with expansion in the area. Pretty sure... Yeah, I think he could try and go a bit more aggressive into occupying the land. Especially since Florida is just up next door, and this is, I think, the real possible problem. Though Florida keeping the Norwegian Indians does make their navy pretty strong, but their actual army quality is going to suffer. And Mexico, I mean, well, right now they only have plutocratic military ideas, so this might be difficult, and their colonial ideas are not as strong for fighting, so they are pretty damn good for expansion. I think better than the Norwegian ideas because they are missing a colonist, but they do get the dev cost, idea cost, construction cost, all pretty good stuff. And they are republics with a bonus to yearly republican tradition, which is pretty damn strong. They should be having a lot of mana from their rulers. And meanwhile, Norway is just a monarchy with a pretty decent ruler, but that's not a 666. France looks to be having some issues with rebels. Are they bankrupt? Yep, they're in their second bankruptcy of this session. That's a bit of a problem, but they're going out of it in 2 years. I'm surprised that Spain is not helping them with the rebels. I mean Morocco. Sicilies are not doing anything really as well. They are all allied into this kind of triple alliance in the west. And then we have Tuscany with Westphalia and Ottomans, and Lotharingia with only Westphalia, which might be the weak point of the... Oh! Now Poland also allied. France, Prussia, Sweden, Lithuania are no surprises. So basically France, I think, should be pretty secure in their current position. They managed to find more support in the south from the Iberians, and also the east is sending support via Poland. Yeah, actually, I do not know and wonder about what is the second Sicily. I always assumed it's Naples. But I actually don't know what's the second Sicily. Looks like Poland is raising maintenance, but I'm pretty sure that's... So you're telling me that the nation the nation was called Two Sicilies because it's a joke? Wasn't it a real nation? Two Sicilies. Okay. Kingdom of Two Sicilies. Yeah, Kingdom of Naples was officially known as the Kingdom of Sicily. Well, Wikipedia disagrees with you, fellas. I'm not sure. What's the Two Sicilies added in the mod? It looks like it's just a flag of normal Sicily. What are their ideas even? Yeah, those ideas look way too serious to be made by Leroy. It's not too bad. Kind of mix between land and navy, so that means it's pretty bad at both, but... I mean, Leroy would make them more based, that's what I mean. Those seem pretty, you know... Sweden is at war with Morocco, that's probably about removing... Oh, what? It's a conquest war about... Aku... What? Why does Morocco have permanent claims on Iceland. Okay. Yeah, that's peak paradox content. But how did they get the claim? Will discover North Atlantic, claim on Kabylia, Tunisia, Jerba and Tripolitania. North Atlantic Islands. I mean, they need to conquer it, but I'm not sure how they got the permanent claim. And now, yeah, more islands are going to Morocco. Yeah, basically this entire state. Maybe Morocco might use this to switch into Norse? Though Catholic is pretty okay. Yeah, it's... let's actually look into this. Though we cannot fathom why, some among the pirates have resolved to raid its fishing towns and enslave their inhabitants. Wow. Wonderful. They do not know why. The world is at peace in pretty much everywhere. Actually, there's one AI war with Mali conquering the rest of Songhai, which is kind of surprising. The Mali AI is very aggressive. Like, they weren't this size when they started the session. And now they basically conquered everything that's not controlled by players. As for bits and pieces around the area. Ethiopia is finished with their war and they somehow managed to reconnect their lands. Despite not being at war with the one nation that was... Or maybe they went for a second war or something. Yeah, that's well said. Armistice for 20 years. Well said. And yeah, we might... Morocco is at war with Great Britain. That might be another... They're going for another mission, I bet you. Yeah, they need to control the Isles. And they get permanent heavy ship compatibility, which is pretty nice. And they're pretty close to getting the permanent 2.5 discipline as well. Yeah, so now Morocco controls all the islands in the northern Atlantic, basically. Persia is probably dropping because they're saying they need to brain dead it. Peace in our time, by the way. No wars. It's all good now. And I wonder if we're gonna get the sub to join immediately, or... Because brain deading is not that good for your nation for any longer period of time. I might just take a quick look throughout Persia, how it looks as it is now. It might be useful during the save edits. More wars in Mexico. Lithuania getting more tiny, oh, just very tiny, Russian princedoms out of the map, basically. And oh, and Sweden took basically the rest of Muscovy, so the east of Europe is basically divided. Actually, like, overall there's very few AIs left in this game. It's basically Gansu, who is surviving surprisingly long with Oirat just on their border. Yunnan is basically over. The Indo-Chinese are surviving for a surprisingly long time. Bengal is just bullying them at this point. He didn't even took that much from them. And here comes Persia. There's also a war with Congo, Great Britain, Rosvi, Florida, and Ethiopia. Might be some kind of real colonial war. I need to actually check. But could be fake as well. You never know with those guys. Westphalia is capturing some AIs in HRE yet again. Oh, it looks like it's a real war. Yeah, going for Baden. Right, so who's at war with who? It's Congolese. Congo is going for the coast of Africa with Ethiopia going in as support. Rosvi giving them the support from the back row with no... Oh, he's actually sending troops to the Congo's border. Okay. That's not vaguely threatening to your ally. And that's Great Britain with Florida and all the colonial nations as well. So where are the British redcoats? There's 27 of them in Great Britain. Another 30k returning to Great Britain. 8k also returning to Great Britain, and 4k doing some stuff in Mexico. Mexico has 16k and Caribbeans have 12k. That's not that much overall, I'm afraid. Meanwhile, Ethiopia is coming in with like 100k. A bit less. Congo only has 9k in here. Great Britain is recruiting a fat stack of mercenaries. 29k just mercenaries. And Ayubids are getting in on the Sahel Africa business as well. They're going to be taking some land for their own empire. I mean, it's mostly Ethiopian troops at this point, to be honest. Congo is not really sending that many. It might be tough for GP to hold, especially those lands around Congo. Maybe they might be able to hold onto this part. Depends if both sides have access through Mali. Yeah. There is a fort for GP, so that's good. It's in a pretty good spot. Not fully defending the area, but at least somewhat. They would really use another one like... it's not really great terrain, but at least would give them safe coast to land their troops on. Florida is sending a few soldiers as well. Might be really useful. And they are recruiting more transports. Yeah, it looks like Florida is going to be helping Great Britain. We'll see. The thing about the Africans is they're not really most military oriented nations. Congo doesn't have any military ideas fold. Rosvi has quantity and halfway through quality. Britain only has quantity as well. They would really use quality as which is something at least Florida has. The colonial nations really don't have that many military ideas other than plutocratic, which honestly has only morale bonus to quality. So this is 3.5 versus 3.5 for Congo as well. So on paper, Congo is behind GB and Rosvi as well. And GB gets at least discipline from their national ideas, which is something. So this might be more difficult for Africans to win than they might expect. But actually, let's also look at Ethiopia. Yeah, they have full quality quantity. Their morale is rather low though. Not that much prestige, not that much power projection, pretty low army tradition. Okay discipline though. And a lot of troops. Yeah, I think it was just AI's carpet sieging Florida, and he was just sieging stuff with his entire army. It didn't really come down to much. There's still some devastation in the area, but other than that, that's... I thought I had devastation map mode somewhere. It was pretty... I guess not. Yeah, there's still some devastation here and there, but it's overall it's fine. Florida survive. Oh, British Mexico is... I mean, not that much different than modern time. I think the Africans should be really pushing right now because they want to cut off the coast. The Africans want to cut off the coast before all the reinforcements from the Empire gather in here. How much can they see really? Yeah, they don't even have the entire area explored. So Ethiopia might be kind of slow with reinforcing in some places. There's a lot of players in this war, despite it being pretty low profile in the world stage, to be honest, with pretty low soldier counts. Basically, it's a fight between the native Africans defending their lands against the colonizers. 60, 70, getting close to 100k troops in here, which might be getting about even with the African troops. I mean, this is not enough, I think. Especially since, as I said, this is a pretty decent fort. If they're going to be pushing through the coast, especially. And this is going to let the British see pretty well what's going on. Though, to be honest, with all of those provinces they're maintaining vision on, they can pretty much see what's going on regardless, but at least if they went through Mali, it would be a bit more difficult for the British to tell how big the African numbers are. And let's see if there are any more British troops heading south. Yeah, 13k. 13k going down south. Mexico is busy with the AIs for the time being, so not really doing anything. And 12k crack troops from Caribbeans are also sitting, but he's recruiting more, and he's recruiting transports. Yep. Wow, his fleet was really tiny. With 20 transports, he will be able to move his entire stack one way into the Sahel Africa, and the traders. Does trader really have? Yeah, he only had 8 transports at the beginning of the war, and I think he's just now building more. And that he can move. Yeah, Florida numbers are pretty good, and they have both quantity and quality. Rosby is actually showing up in numbers, Ethiopia as well. Additional 10k. Persia is sending 17k out of... How much are they paying Persia? Let's see. Okay. I can check Persia's income. No, wait, they're not getting it yet because of the... You pay upfront for like 24 months. Where can I see the cost? I don't know. I don't think I can check it right now. But 70k from Persia is pretty good, and I think that they finished their ideas. Not quite. Their idea, the quality should be still a bit behind. Though everyone's quality is a bit behind, so there might be right and home. Ethiopian troops are hesitating to move into the Futajalun. Fair enough. I mean, not surprised. Persia sent it for free. And what is Persia doing in Africa then? I think it's pretty clear that Africans seem to prefer to stay to each other. And Persia is definitely not Africa. Ayyubids are barely African. Who is fighting? Mali? Ah, it's just Mali. It's just conquering more AIs, of course. Okay, now Ethiopia is going in. Great Britain is recruiting another fat stack of mercenaries. Oh god, they are like committing actually. Yeah, they are 40 over force limit, god. They do not want to lose Africa, which I think is fair enough because if, let's see, they get 8 coins to English Channel. It is a significant part of the trade value in the channel currently. I think that the income actually increased by quite a bit because of Lafaringia losing the provinces on the channel. And we're gonna have a battle. Ethiopia is also gonna be suffering from the crossing penalty. It's pretty bad generals for Ethiopia and a pretty good one for Great Britain, but if Great Britain wants to win, they need to send more reinforcements. Yeah, -2 for Ethiopia, and actually Great Britain can very easily cut off the Africans if they only want to. This so far is looking pretty good for Great Britain. They switched their aspects of fate into the discipline and morale, which is a very good move. The Florida troops are cutting off reinforcements. Hopefully they don't do it too soon. They did it actually too soon. Ideally they would wait a bit and allow them to attack into the Futa province, so they would eat the penalty. Right now they're fighting on even ground, which is actually pretty bad for the colonizers. Is there any... Malaya is in this war as well now. Joined on the British side, I think. Wait, what? I'm gonna check this in a second. Thanks to all the reinforcements, looks like the Africans are going to be sent packing from the coast of Sahel, at least for the time being. Though it's important to remember, Great Britain is committing quite heavily to this. Meanwhile, Congo and all the other Africans are just way below their... Well, Ethiopia is way below their force limit. Congo and Rosary are pretty much at their force limit, which is, for Congo especially, pretty low. Yeah, Congo is actually quite a tiny nation. Rosvi is not that big as well, but at least they have their gold mines. So what is Malaya doing with their war on Rosvi? Oh, looks like they're landing on Madagascar? The Andam Insula. So the actual war goal is an island next to Burma, but they are actually landing on Madagascar. Wait, do they only have... They have enough transports to move a decent amount of troops. And Rosvi has more cannons here than infantry, but at least they have a fort. Oh, they're recruiting more mercenaries. Oh, Malaya is moving their troops quite quickly. Already 70k on Madagascar. Might be difficult to get them off, though. Malaya has no actual military ideas. They only have +10 morale. Let's see what's like quality. Almost 4 morale. Yeah, Rosvi is barely better. They really suffer from not having finished quality. If they had it, their advantage over Malaya would be much higher. Can... Oh, Malaya is moving slowly because they can't see anything. And meanwhile, Great Britain is chilling in their lands. I think they might be waiting for more reinforcements from their colonies. Yep, there's 20k moving in from Caribbean. Mexico is still dealing with their AI problems and is Florida going to be sending more troops. They are sending more troops. Yeah, and I think if Africans want to have even a chance, they need to go through Mali, because this fort is just too difficult to access like this. They can be just cut off very easily. So it's 100k troops on Madagascar versus 40 for Rosvi. Yeah, it might be tough. It might be tough. At least they still control the war goal, but it's really in a undefendable position. Malacca is going for a very ambitious strike. Depending on their ideas, they actually might be able to do it. Yeah, Rosvi is unable to move any troops from their coast to Madagascar. Not to mention they have free transports, so that's making things even more difficult. But maybe their actual Australia has better quality. Not really, they don't have plutocratic. So if Rosvi had a decent amount of troops at the island, and they had finished quality, then it would be pretty damn easy, but unfortunately for them that's not really the reality of what's going on. And I think they won't be able to hold Madagascar, unfortunately. They did manage to sneak a nice small stack wipe on Malaya, but that's not really that relevant in the grand scheme of things. And yeah. Yeah, you can get some nasty stack wipes with naval landings. Oh yeah. Okay, this is actually pretty close. Rosvi has so few left, but Malacca is basically broken, so I think that's gonna be a stack wipe for the AI. Very ambitious. And almost got it, but just... Oh, they actually sending more? No, they gave up. They're too strong. And let's see, Rosvi is trying to recruit more troops. Might have been a good idea if they managed to get this faster. Unfortunately, at this point it might be too late. And I think the leader is pretty even. It's a 0k... What? It's pretty tiny regiment. Yeah, Rosvi is just gonna get wiped on the island, and then there's nothing they can do. Their quality is too low to just contend to compete with the superior numbers of the Lions. Those guys might get wiped. Wait, is there so many 0k troops? Australian armies. Oh, and the Africans are going in from the Mali angle, which is much smarter. However, with additional like 30k from Florida, their situation is not really improving because their numbers didn't really increase. It's still 100k from Ethiopia, 40k from Congo, and 17 from Persia. Where are the rest of the Congo's army? That is basically it. The rest of it is in the colonies. And at the same time, oh, so what actually was going on is the Caribbeans were not going to Sahel, they were going to Brazil. Oh no, they're going to Brazil! And apparently they went there willingly, and now Congo is going to try to kick them out of it here. Quality is pretty even, the leader is exactly even. So let's see who has the better rolls. There's a slight advantage for the defender. There are a few more cannons for Brazil, but that means that the front line is better for Caribbean, and unfortunately there's not enough to beat the British. And at the same time the battle is going on the fort in South Africa, still -2. Congo is coming in, but there's still 50k of Floridan troops and also 12k of the British. It's not enough. It's a really good fort. Really good fort. With rivers everywhere and hills. Yeah, Great Britain actually has the superior morale to even Persia, who I would expect they managed to gather quite a bit of army tradition during their last war at the beginning of the session. Though apparently not really. Great Britain has higher army tradition. This is currently the only 2 wars going on in the world. Madagascar is pretty much occupied, and I think Rosby is afraid that Malaya might go into the mainland, but I think chances for this are pretty slim on paper, though they did manage like to beat the Rosby army, so now how are like stuff like manpower looking for Malaya? They actually have quite a bit left. Australia is out, but they were fighting a lot of wars versus AIs. And at the same time, Ethiopia and Congo are not really able to do much help because they are fighting in Sahel, and currently they're just withdrawing. They really need to commit a fair bit more to be able to get anything done in here. Though it seems that the British are willing to go in an offensive, which might be difficult for them as well. They have at least most of the lands they would be fighting over explored, except if they actually went into Ethiopia from Sahel. That would be a bit difficult and annoying. Though Ethiopia doesn't have much defense in from that angle. They have only 1 fort in here, and then it's just nothing until their actual defensive lines from the other fronts. And meanwhile, Congo has a single fort in here. And that's like their only fort. They have only 1 fort. Apparently so. At least it's not mobiled, so. Though the Africans don't have any loans yet, I don't think so. Ethiopia has 4. And Great Britain has 9, but they can take a lot more, and I'm pretty sure they could also get like subsidies for maybe Florida or something. Hey, we got null overlay. Let's get this thing going. Doom. Here are your nulls for your viewer amusement. And looks like there might be a battle just happening kind of spontaneously on the coast of Guinea. This time it's the British suffering from -2, which might be kind of ugly for them. They're also not in a good position to reinforce. Meanwhile, the Africans are in a perfect province right next to. And I think, yeah, the British cannons are going out now. Florida is going in, but they will not be getting the cannon support. And Ethiopia has the full cannon stack in here. Yeah, Florida is stuck in the advance. And they will be pushed back, I think. So that didn't really work out. They're just going all the way back to Sahel. Where's the war goal? Gold Coast. One null. You should pay more attention, Phyllis. 1-0, shake my head. Let me actually count for you all the nulls that are in this one tiny package. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nulls and a null maze included. Might not be visible on your phone though, so Valley is joining in. Probably Morocco just finished their colonization. Look like so. Morocco and Brazil. Oh no, Valley is being sent to Brazil. Let's find a good GIF. Okay, let's get back to fighting. It seems that the Africans are able to win the battles once they have the actual advantage in terrain. However, the footage alone, as all Futas, is fairly defensible with their special assets. But they could just go to the north, I think. Let me actually check. So they have access through Fulo. Oh yes, because that's the vassal of Mali, so they can just go north around it, take those provinces all the way to Kabu, and well, then they have a bit of an issue, but it would be much better to invade from the north, and maybe they manage to capture take a battle with the British on the better terrain, because there's no hills in the area. Valley is out of sync immediately after joining. Nice. Congolese Brazil lost. And instant disconnect. Yeah, that didn't work out. But that happens. Hodgins actually are not working that well in this game, unfortunately. So the Caribbean British pirates are still sieging, and they also have some reinforcements from Mexico, but Mexico is going somewhere actually. Wait. Mexico is going back to Mexico. And also, yeah, there's a small naval engagement with the fleet that got captured. The Africans are going back through the south, which to me seems like a very bad idea. Vele is trying again. Yeah, I think the Africans should either go around. That would be actually kind of a risky play. They might get outmaneuvered because when you're fighting without forts, there's a lot of stuff that might happen. Or they should just sit on the Golden Coast and take the 50%. Though I wonder if they can even get to 50%. Yeah, they actually wouldn't. They have negative war score from battles. Malay is continuing their occupation of Madagascar. And they've actually taken the war goal as well, so they will be able to force a peace eventually. How much would Malaya be able to take? Quite a bit actually. Almost all the islands the Rosve Empire has. Yeah, with Rosvia actually building up their troop numbers, I don't think Malaya will be able to do actual landing on the proper landmass, but let's see. They only get one war score. Looks like Rosvi actually managed to evacuate somehow, or at least maybe disband their troops on Madagascar. So Malaya didn't get any stack wipes. This means that for them getting more, even getting to 50%, might be a bit difficult. But this also keeps Rosvi from fighting in Sahel. And I mean, the Africans are coming once again with like 150k overall. And there's 70k Floridian troops with 100k of British troops. So the numbers now are better for the colonizers. With more and more occupations in Brazil going to Great Britain, that's also a war school that is helping the British in this war. Bengal is doing another war on what actually? Coho and Jarai. Oh, it's like those OPMs or something. Yeah. Morocco is finishing Portugal. Where even is Portugal? Oh. I guess it's here. Still alive and kicking apparently. Not for long. And Veli actually managed to hold on to the colonial nation and didn't desync immediately. And Georgian is going for a second round on Gansu. And Storets still not getting there. They do have the government capacity. They did just take a bunch of land from Perm. Still. Which is surprising to me. Okay, the Africans decided that going through this one province corridor was not a good idea. And they're going to be going from Mali. Let's see if they decide to still hit on the fort or will they try to go around. And let me take a quick break for a bit of water. Okay, let's get back into it and see where Ethiopians are actually going. Yeah, looks like they're preparing to go for another round on Futa. The entire African coalition is getting destroyed by a single Futa. It still appears that it's the British troops that have numbers advantage. It's really not what you want to see when you're going on a -2 fort with quality at best even. Oh, that's actually pretty close for Brazil, and unfortunate they're gonna be losing this one. There's 12k of Congo's troops in here that might be able to support them. Yeah, I mean, the Futa has been the major point of discussion for a while. Haven't you realized? Okay, Ethiopia is going for Bambuk first, sending a lot of troops in the first wave. eating a lot of attrition. God, how is their manpower looking? Ethiopia is looking alright. Congo is looking great. Rosby is looking great as well. And GB is out. Oh. And Florida is pretty close to out as well. Let's actually check the max. It wouldn't be the first time the Africans got destroyed by a Futa once already, so it might happen again. Yeah. 83 versus 81k. 65k. Actually, Florida has bigger maximum manpower than Great Britain. That's the one area where the Africans have a clear advantage. They have bigger manpower pools. Damn, Congo actually didn't lose any manpower so far. Okay, and Ethiopia is continuing to go north, just as I thought would be a pretty good idea to do. So that's nice to hear. They're trying to cut off the British. And they might just be able to do. Unfortunately, they're gonna be eating a crossing penalty, but it's better than eating a crossing penalty and a river crossing and a hill penalty. Persia is unfortunately arriving first on the battlefield, which is not what you want to see, since they only have a bunch of infantry. They got, oh my god, they got just stack wiped. Well, that didn't work out as planned, I don't think so. There's also a war going on in Europe. We have an Italy. Italy and Ottomans are going for two Sicilies, France, Morocco, and yeah, basically the new Western Alliance versus the Green Alliance, I guess. He probably kept Tuscany-Diaz, yep. Oh, wait, it might be... Is this a fake war? Ottomans are sending 70 galleys to secure the crossing. Yeah, Persians got wrecked. Italy is also invading Switzerland. But the Western Alliance is not really doing anything. Meanwhile, Italy is moving in. Ottomans are moving in to support as well, with a huge numbers of troops. The Battle of Cantor is still going on. The British, however, are winning decisively, I think. Even with those, yeah, they don't even make it in time. They actually could stop, yep, some of them stop. And now another 30k Ethiopians are gonna eat that. Oh, leader. Oh, they really got wrecked. I think they got stack wiped. Brazil is going for one more fight, but Congo proper is not really supporting them with their 12k, which would be really useful. Glover is pausing. Glover is Great Britain. Oh, Persia was sending more than... Yeah, Persia cannot send more condos. Okay, caps look. Yeah, what's going on in... Now Morocco is sending troops north, but two Sicilies are just not moving their armies anywhere. France is just chilling. I mean, now would be a good opportunity for everyone to just invade the Ottomans, because apparently it's been an issue for the Eastern Bloc as well. Yeah, like I don't get what's... Now two Sicilies are recruiting, and the first thing that happened was two Sicilies sent a peace offer to Italy with like one province. Also have the Papal States in here, what? The Ottomans are going... to the border. Yeah, France is not doing anything. They're out of bankruptcy for a while, I think. I don't think there's nowhere near enough troops to actually fight the Ottomans. And Morocco is even keeping over 50k back in... Like, there's no way. It's 60k, 60k, 150k, which is like half of what Ottomans themselves are sending. And there's also Italy, which is not too shabby. What's going on? Let's take a look at Sahel. The British are going for the war goal, and I think, yeah, going for the entire Sahel might be a bit too ambitious for the Africans. They may have been better off if they focused on the actual war goal, and right now it might be difficult to even keep that in under their control. Where are those Congos? Okay, Congo is not withdrawing too far, so they will be able to at least remain in the defensive position. They do have a jungle with rivers. There's a lot of rivers in this area, so they might get some good terrain bonuses. And most of Brazil is occupied, but the southern part is at least secured with additional Congo troops. They're not in the borders. I guess the player doesn't have the micro to... Rosby is keeping 1k stacks everywhere and building a lot of castles, which, I mean, fair enough. The 1k troops don't really do anything. I think he believes this will prevent the landing, but it's not enough. Is Malay actually doing anything with their army? Oh, he landed. Oh, damn! That's nice. He landed them in Ethiopia. This is another place that his navy is actually able to abuse, but like, they can get access through Ayyubids. That's not really a long-term conquest. Let's look back at. Yeah, the Ottomans and Italians are just going through France. Yeah, but yeah, maybe it is. He's thinking like Hoi 4. That's what it looks like, basically. That's a new player, right? Carpet. But no, he played with us. Why is he doing that? It's not his first time playing. So Malaya will be able to occupy those provinces at least for a bit, but then the Africans can just walk around. And I mean, Ayyubids are even sending condos to Ethiopia. Hey, Lunar owns Twitch. Apparently, Lunar owns Twitch, by the way. And another battle on the wider province, which I think the British are going on the second time, and this time they're failing again. It appears that they have less troops than they used to. I think because, yeah, the British are just not having their regiments full. Yeah, basically we have current war of the African Union versus the British Empire, which includes Mexico, Caribbean, and Florida as an ally. And there's also war between Rosby and the rest of the African Union versus Malaya and their Australian colony. And also in Europe, there's a war between the two Sicilies, Morocco and France versus Italy and Ottomans. So there's quite a bit of stuff happening. This European war is kind of weird in that there's no fighting yet. There's been only one naval engagement. Let's see, on paper, Hungary has, the Ottomans have 150k more troops. So yeah, France has about as much infantry as two Sicilies, so that's not looking that well as well. Yeah, they could recruit more if they wanted to. They might not want to because like Lotharingia is their main rival, but Italy is a danger as well. Okay, looks like Morocco is trying to go and snipe the fort in... God, the French pronunciations. Aix-en-Provence? It's by a best try. But yeah, I don't think the Ottomans are just gonna... There's just gonna be too many of them. The quality is fairly even. Ottomans only have 5% more discipline, but they do have the leader is actually the same. The terrain advantage is for the Ottomans. So unless something really terrible happens with the Ottoman reinforcements, then going on the offensive would be really ambitious. Especially since they really didn't have to. They have a good modern fort in the north and then a fort in the south on the farmlands, which means they could have easily cut off the reinforcements while they are sieging, which might have been enabled them to win at least some battles. But now there's 150k of the Western Alliance. Yeah, there's just master Frenchmen, there's too many of them, what are we going to do? Yeah, it's... oh my god, they're going... oh, look at the younglings. Why did they call the youngest Jedi younglings? That's kind of weird, to be honest. Yeah, they're getting cut off. Not efficient reinforcing. -2. Yeah, it's a massacre. They need someone else to invade the Ottomans. And since it's probably not gonna be Ayyubids or Persia, because Flemish wouldn't do such a move, and Persia is probably too weak to do anything on their own, it has to be the Eastern Alliance. And the Eastern Alliance is currently having Poland occupy the rest of Austria. And yeah, I mean, technically speaking, Oirat could come in. Oirat is finally attacking Gansu. Took them a while to... Apparently Ayyubids built a lot of buildings. Not that many manufactories. A decent amount of workshops in the best provinces at least. Yeah, I mean, at least the best provinces are filled with stuff. You didn't build any force limit buildings, and force limit buildings are really nice in that they give you the same bonus regardless of the depth of the province, so you want to build them in the bad provinces. Oh wow, the Africans! The Africans took the fort. How did the hell did that happen? Wow. The Futa turned to the other side, swing the other way, which I guess happens quite often if you think about it. But yeah, now that they have this fort, they should be able to comfortably just sit out the war, but I guess they're getting a bit greedy and trying to wipe the expedition force of the colonial nations. And that's not gonna happen, looks like. A lot of Floridian troops are kind of down, like the numbers are really low. I think they're just running out of manpower. Yeah, Florida is 40k down on manpower. Either they go fully all in on mercenaries, or they're just gonna get eventually pushed out. Congo is doing mighty fine. Rosway is still dealing with Malaya if the Hoi 4 starts. And Ethiopia is running... oh my god, Ethiopia is doing barely in comes to manpower, which is kind of bad because they're the main motor force for the African Union. Looks like Felix, what I do, forget about France, take the army, disembark in Anatolia and siege the crossings, then just burn everything to the ground. Not really, because I think the Ottomans have the naval supremacy. Yeah, they have 96 galleys versus 16 galleys and 2 heavies. Yeah, now they lost the motor fort and they're gonna lose the grasslands fort. The good thing, I guess, for the Eastern Alliance is that it's not the Ottomans directly benefiting from this war. But Italy is also allied to... Oh, now they're allied to Thuringia and not Westphalia. It appears that Italy is kind of on the side of the new central powers that appeared between the West and East. Let's check. It appears that the numbers are not that much different than at the start of the war. So the commitment didn't really change for either side. And here goes Futa again. Swear to God, all those people, it's like, what, 10 players just crawling to get to 1 Futa? I mean, to be fair, there's at least 1 mod in between them, so it does make sense, but... Oh, the entire Brazil is being pretty occupied by rebels as well. So actually, yeah, it might be actually difficult for the colonies to maintain control because they do not have that much manpower, I bet. Yep. They're all at 0 currently. So right now, if they can just use the manpower that Congo has, Britain is offering a white peace, which is an interesting offer at this point, because the Africans are still at war with Malaya, and Malaya needs to do something to get a bit more war score, because currently they're not even at the halfway point to get to stabby range. So if the Africans could, like, if Rosby was actually helping in the British war, that the whole thing would be pretty sure in the African favor in the end. Looks like it's gonna be the Futa again for the Africans. They're not gonna be taking the white piece. In Florida, I think they recruited a bunch of mercenaries. Let me check. Yep, 20k mercenaries. And 2 normal manpower stacks that are much smaller than they used to be. Oof, and France is, yeah, it's over. France is gonna be split in half. They have half of their army stacked to the north, where they cannot really do anything with it. They don't have any transports to move their forces. Yeah, it's looking kind of bad. The Iberians still have their forts in Pyrenees, but... Pyrenees? That's how you pronounce it in English?
Hello.
Hey, Shavir.
How you doing?
Yeah, nice. There's actually a lot of stuff happening even in the second half of the session.
I'm hearing that, but I see nothing. Like in Asia, everything is quiet. But,
yeah, you're not seeing any Futas, right?
No, I'm not saying the... Well, I'm hearing what they say in chat, but I'm not seeing what.
Basically, there's now a giant Futa war in Africa between the African Union and the British Commonwealth. And looks like they're going for another round, but I think, yeah, the British have it again. At the same time, Malaya is invading Crosby. With
from Madagascar.
Yeah, with Malaya employing Hoi Force strats to defend their coast. It's to be fair, it's been pretty successful so far. Malaya is stuck on Madagascar and they probably won't get enough ticking war score for 50%, so This might get a bit annoying for them. And also there's a war in Europe with Italy and Ottomans just steamrolling through Iberians and France.
Yeah. So France managed to survive the early gank, but then he's still dying to...
Yeah, he kind of sided with the Iberians and got their protection, but it turns out that this kind of brought another block on him, because the war is actually on 2 Sicilies.
Okay. So France is not going to lose that much from this war.
I mean, he might. He's not a co-belligerent, but
I can lose at most 50 dev, since there is no admin efficiency yet.
yeah. I mean, at this point, like, they're in a pretty good position to just 100% him, to be honest. They've basically separated him from Iberia, and they can just send the sieging stack to the north. There's another battle going on in Rosillon. That's how you pronounce it? Oh, I actually have a Frenchman now. How do you pronounce it?
Roseron.
Rosillon?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's there's a lot of Ottoman and Italian troops. They're sending NTK French troops maybe to try and do some sniping of the infantry stacks. But there's just so many of them, like, god damn it, man, they have so many leaders. Like, how do the Italians have so many leaders? They have 5. They actually have over the general limit.
They might have like tried to farm some professionalism to pop like to slacken.
I mean, they have over 100k manpower. I don't think they have lost a single battle yet. It's really one-sided war.
Do they have mercs?
They actually have mercs.
Yeah, so I think before taking the mercs they decided to slacken.
Oh, maybe then. But they're still giving too many military leaders, so they're actually losing military power.
Yeah, they should remove the bad ones, yeah.
Okay, France actually got a small victory versus a stack of the Italian troops, but that's not changing anything in the main battle, so yeah. And there's still like 100k troops of Ottomans and Italians in the area. This is a good idea, but not enough. They really need the Eastern Alliance to strike at the Ottomans, or at least Westphalia, just so there's something happening to make the Ottomans maybe send away some of their troops.
So basically everybody's fighting, but only Italy and Ottomans are actually winning stuff, right? Like, really getting in a better position at the beginning of the session.
I mean, right now the British are actually pushing. They managed to retake the war goal for the first time since the war started, and they have a lot of troops in the area. The Africans are starting to run out of manpower, I think, and they don't have the economy to support mercenaries like the British do.
Yeah, and they don't have very good quality either, right?
Yeah, I mean, both sides don't have good quality.
Yeah.
So that's pretty even.
Colonizer game, yeah.
Maybe, I think if Ethiopia managed to finish quality, and I mean, if Rosvi was fighting, then it would be much better for Africans, but he's keeping his entire army in his lands to protect against Malaya.
He's probably right, because Malaya is not going to get the war score, I think, with just the ticking.
Yeah.
Very close. So if Malaya wants to actually take some land from it, he needs to push. So it's probably a good idea to not commit too much.
Yeah. For Rosvi, it's but if that's the sad part for the African Union, like they would be in much better position if Malaya didn't strike at the same time, which I'm pretty sure was like. Wait, actually, it was Congo started the war.
Should I switch back to Mamluk government just to get rid of this bad air?
No, well,
because I need to wait until he's of age, and then it might be too late.
What did you take?
His
General
Icta.
Estates?
It's Icta.
No, I mean he means the first reform. I mean,
Yeah,
I
the
think
first
Yeah,
one.
but you can just shift from General Estate to State General.
No, it's not allowed with Icta.
Oh yeah, right.
So I may get just take Mamluk government again.
I mean,
and then
isn't the
switch
Mamluk
later.
government just better than the Icta?
Yeah,
Let's change.
and so you can do that, but you could also disinherit. Like you had positive prestige, and I think prestige is better than.
No, I cannot disinherit until he comes of age. And yeah, now it's already too late anyway. But
Yeah, I
Okay.
think like the
I already disinherited once, and it wouldn't allow me until he was 15 years. So and he was 0.
What the fuck? That why?
I don't know. My first one was 1 to 1, so I was like, "Nah, I'm not taking this one. My ruler was 30. Then I got a 103, I think. So
Sometimes game does not want to help you.
yeah,
looks like actually Ottomans and Italy might go for 100% of France, because right now the entire Western army is in Iberia, and they occupy the Ottomans occupy the entire other end of Pyrenees, so they can just take the rest with no effort, just siege stuff.
Yeah, at this point, I think Kimi should either uncon to save his ally, or France should seek separate peace, because like there's no way they can defend South Italy anyway.
Yeah, they just need they need some more friends. That's the thing. Ethiopia is going for the war goal, and I mean currently the battle is looking pretty well, but there's 60k more troops of the British Commonwealth coming in, and yeah, that's gonna be turning the tide. And it's peace, with Britain taking like 1 province, 2 provinces. Oh no, that actually a few provinces from Congo, but not that much, just a few on the coast. Yeah, just 3, I think. Maybe something in nothing in Brazil. Looks like even the British don't want to be sent to Brazil. And that means that there's still a war remaining
they
for
pissed out
Rosvi.
Alma. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 4 provinces. I wonder what Moloch is going to come up with to do something in this war. They could try and land in Brazil. He can actually see it. And he actually has colonies in South America as well. So he could try and go for Congo to get a bit more war score.
Yeah, Congo is Congo is in the war. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he could try to go and land with the English and stuff, and
I mean, English are out of the war.
Oh.
Yeah, it's peace.
Oh, okay.
He has 1 more island, the Maldives, to take from Rosvi, but that's not gonna be 5 war score, so. And this is gonna be a long one. Rosvi should like lower his army maintenance and stuff. He is he is losing money. I think he just recruited an additional stack or something, because it just jumped by like 10 ducats. I think he recruited more troops on Maldives, which is very ambitious, but I don't think it was. It still might work out if he only put a leader. No, stop it. Good try, but probably should have gone for the leader first and then mercenaries. Oh, apparently Malaya was using Marines. First time actually I've seen them actually used in game. And 2 cities got, and Iberians got defeated again. France is actually going north, which means that they're totally split right now. Yeah, not looking too hot. And Ayubids are taking more lands in Sahel. surprisingly, Sahel didn't get, like, no one other than Great Britain went for Mali.
Yeah, well, it's weird because they all made the travel to get a border, but they didn't commit for it,
Yeah.
and no one.
I mean,
got
Ethiopia
gold
expanded
mines.
a little bit.
They probably have deals, like they probably divided the region, but why is no one eating it?
Yeah, Mali is still, like, pretty big for an. I think it's the biggest AI nation in the game currently.
Might be. Apart from, like, independent ones, you mean?
Yeah, of course.
Gonzu might still have more dev. Even though it took quite a beating.
200, yeah, maybe. No, Mali is slightly bigger by like 50 dev. And Malay actually has quite a few colonies going on in America, not only in the south but in the north as well.
Yeah, they go for California, yeah.
Yeah.
Some good gold there.
Where do we have? Yeah.
Plus, they have like a good relation going with Thunder and with Kuchulain in Norway.
Yeah, I actually wonder how long will the relation between. Because currently Florida is stealing most of the trade that the colonies send to the English Channel. Like, actually, there's nothing from Americas going to English Channel. There's one coin.
I think they're working together, but they're not like working for him.
Yeah, so like the colonies might not care if they're going to rebel eventually against. Maybe Florida is sending some cash to Great Britain, so maybe there's some kind of deal in the works.
Do they have gold? I don't think so.
Who?
The English colonies.
Yeah, I mean Mexico has a ton of gold.
So England is getting that.
Yeah. He's getting
At
the
least.
gold, but he's not getting the trade, which is probably what he would really want to get in his English channel.
I mean, he's not really controlling English channel, is he?
He has 60%, and
Oh yes, so Terenga
now-
lost Holland, yeah.
yeah. Ever since that, he's actually getting more. So apparently, British-Dutch colonial war. So it looks like Holland created a colony somewhere.
Yeah.
Tortuga. Oh, that's good, because that would be nasty border war. Just one province of how is this? It's Dominica, the entire island. That part is Haiti. How is the entire island called?
Good question.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither.
It looks like the war is over in Italy, and yeah, there's just. Oh, Hispaniola. Okay. Luckily, we have a handy Mexican in chat to help out. I'm gonna check this in a second. Oh, that's actually a lot of death, because Two Sicilies deathed the southern part of Italy quite a bit. Yeah, wow, he did a lot of deving. To be fair, he didn't expand much, but still. And yeah, the British are retaking the parts that the Moroccans used for their missions.
Actually, I could use your professional opinion for my nation, if you have time.
Yeah, about what?
So two things: the fort placement, and then like when I should form Taipei Heavenly Kingdom.
Shouldn't you just do it ASAP, basically? I don't actually know the details of.
So I just finished the missions that give me flat bonuses, but I have a 20% land fire damage that lasts for 10 years. I can take. So
Ah, you mean you have some missions that you could...
yeah, some hint missions.
Yeah, I mean, just... I don't remember what exactly were the ideas of typing, so it's hard for me to tell. And what's the difference? Like, if they have some better stuff for deving and stuff, that you might be better off just going to war right now against someone. Yeah, you don't have actually much choice, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can only fight Buku, but I don't really want to do that. Like, I'm very close to Gov capacity, with most bonuses for it already given. So I don't really need to expand.
Yeah, I mean, I think the typing has a dev idea, if I recall.
Yeah, it does. And construction cost as well. That's why I'm, like, saving so much money. But, yeah.
Yeah, you might just want to... you might just have to waste the mission.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. And what about the forts?
I mean, you have plenty of forts, and I think that's just good enough. Like, the one in Yunnan is kind of iffy because it has crossings in the opposite direction than you would want. So, like, Guiyang would be better, I think.
Yeah, but I have one in Bozu. So, yeah, you're right. Mm.
I mean, you can just... if more force is just better, always. Oh, Felis the Handy Mexican is also pasting the typing ideas. Building cost, advisor cost, land leader, army tradition, tolerance, dev cost. Yeah, it seems like it's just better for build up as well.
I mean, I would be losing the siege ability and 30%, 33% land force limit, which is like not negligible.
Yeah, you have a lot. Like,
and yeah, and 20%.
You have the biggest land force limit in the game right now, bigger than the Ottomans. More than Ottomans.
Yeah, but like as soon as I form THK, I lose that.
Yeah, but you gain a lot of stuff for build up, and if you're not gonna be fighting anytime soon, then that's not really a point.
So are you telling me to go fight Buku? Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Exactly. I mean, just taking the part of Dive Yet, that's a really good state. A lot of dev.
No, I have deals with Buku, so.
Oh well, then I guess you'll have to just waste this mission.
Yeah. Okay. Doing that. Goodbye, Zhejiang. It was fun having you around.
Wait, this Rosby is 1% from being stab hit. Yeah, Celestial. You are pretty close actually to forming Celestial Empire.
Yeah, so I need so basically
just a bit from Bengal and all of Gansu basically.
Yeah, that's it. But the ideas are not that much better. Well, they are good, but they are not that much better. So I will first try to do the most of the mission tree from.
Yeah, that's a lot of mana and stuff you can just get for free. What? Rosby is now at 49. What's going on? Something is happening somewhere. Malaya needs just a bit more war score to be able to force the war to end. They are not doing anything against Congo in the Americans. In Americas, even though that would be exactly the amount of war score they would need to be able to stab hit. No, even then, like 50%, that would be 25 to stab hit. They will be able to take like half of Madagascar, which is exactly what they don't want to get. They want all of it if possible. He's also eating maximum monarch. Okay, now he did something. a bit of deving, I think.
Did you see what Punjab and Bengal did with their capitals?
No.
They wanted to touch capitals, so they moved their capitals.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Nepal.
to Tibet basically.
They actually got quite fucked with that because they shared institution, which means that these states got the and so
Oh
now
my
they
God.
are fucking delayed because it's very low dev and it's not going to spread
Yeah,
very
it's
fast.
the spread. Oh my God. It's
That
big
was-
brain moves. Why did they
Yeah.
just move it to like the Bengal area? Actual. Why
so
there?
it's a quite good defensive position with a few forts around. You can really like defend it very well. And since they are going to stay allies, well, it was like for the meme, but the meme is going to cost them a bit of mana and money.
I think even like between Bengal and Punjab and like Bihar area, it would be better because that's just more land between yourself and the enemies. So I'm not sure if that's a better defensive position. And
Yeah.
they're still touching the capitals. It looks like Kradex devved the capital at least a bit. Meanwhile, Bengal is still at basic 3. And yeah, it's gonna take a while before they get the institutions.
Mimers got a meme. Like it's part of the deal.
Rosby managed somehow to sneak in and retake the Wargle. How the hell did that happen? And now they're recruiting mercenaries there. No, that's just 1k stack. Okay. That's not gonna help much. But
Yeah,
it's going to...
Yeah, they should take mercs, you're right. Because as soon as Morlock sends
Yeah,
Is that-
Malaya has like 72 transports.
yeah, so it's not gonna change much.
Though it will take him a while to actually organize his troops and...
He might he might lose some from attrition.
Yeah, he might actually not have noticed because he's not doing anything yet. I don't think he realized.
Or I mean, he's going to see that the war score is getting down.
Yeah,
It's
he
a message
should,
to
I
them.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosby should fire some of the mercenaries on the mainland because he's not really using them anyways. But wait, he won't be able to recruit them for a while. Does he have any mercenaries available? He actually can't check for sure because... Oh no, I can. No, he has plenty of mercenaries available, he just needs to take a loan or two. Just... How did he even retake it? He doesn't have any... He doesn't have any fleet. Or did... Yeah, his fleet is being camped by the Malayan fleet. How the hell did he do it? Did he do it with this one single ship? Oh my god. That's big brain.
Sneaky. Sneaky. Actually, that's a good move.
Yes, I mean, and Moloch still didn't realize that he's almost getting in the negative war score.
Oh, he's gonna realize soon enough.
You'd think so. Just get some mercs, please. If he got like 30k in here, then... Though the other question is, do you want to really commit and possibly give Malaya the war score from battles that they need to actually win? Malaka is actually trying... Oh no, they stopped. Oh, Australia realized he's sending his navy with 21k. So yeah, Rosvi should ideally just even disband his troops to not give more war score to enemies.
Yeah, probably. Can he still do it because they are in the?
Yeah, it appears he can. At least from my UI, it might be different for the player. Maybe because Australians are not invading. Oh yeah, he just did. He just disbanded them. Yeah, with 30k, I think he might have been able to defend. Though there's Australia has 30 ships, and Malaya has also like 70, I think. Yeah, 70 ships. So together they have 100k. They could ship 100k onto the island.
Yeah. Well, it was a good try, and it certainly gained some time. But
yeah, they got into positive war score for themselves.
I think I will try a ballsy move and go admin 4th. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think 4th idea is much more open. Like, usually people go innovative, right? But like religious, administrative, trade.
Yeah.
Or maybe trade is most often, right?
Trade is often used when you want to build up, and religious when you want to fight because of the 15%.
Oh, we got Gok Turks.
Oh, nice.
Gok.
Nice.
Forever Horde. I want to be forever Horde. It's the golden era for culture in the Rosvi. It appears they thrive under occupation. Is anyone else doing anything of interest? Appears not really. On paper, Malaya has the advantage in infantry. And the war score is back in Malaya hands. It's back to minus 41, which is still not enough to do anything for anyone.
Yeah, it needs to actually land on the continent, I think.
Yeah, the question is who is... I mean, Rosvi is actually losing money. But it's not like they're gonna go bankrupt somewhere within the next century, so they're fine. I guess it's hurting Rosvi a bit more because of the war exertion and stuff, but it's really not that much.
I don't know why they are clearing the rebels. Like, they could have just let the rebels spawn.
It's particulars.
Oh, okay. What did England take from the previous war?
3 provinces in the Ivory Coast. I think those 3, and they still haven't cored them. Oh, yeah, they are coring them. Almost finished too. Mali is being invaded by Ayyubids, and I think they were invaded by Timbuktu with Morocco, or not? No, they weren't. At least not within last few years. Let me do a quick check of alliances in Europe to... Oh, we have Russia as well. Lithuania actually formed.
That's a lot of wars.
That's a lot of claims.
Is he going for the Siberian colonization? Siberian frontier?
I mean, it would be hard because he has no access there.
Yes. Yeah, he should probably buy a province from anyone.
That would be actually... Yeah, you can only get access to there from Gokturks, because Bashkiria is their vassal as well.
Yeah, how did Bashkiria... how did Göktürk colonize that? Oh, he took
what?
Perm. He took Perm, okay.
Yeah, he took Perm. What do naval batteries actually do? Not that I think they're useful, but what would they actually be doing in this war for Rosvi? Where are they? Oh, they. A hostile fleet attrition. That's a good point. That would make it much more annoying for.
Yeah, and there is like debarkment speed also.
Yeah,
So
but like they wouldn't build it on every province. They would build it just on few, right?
Yeah,
just
one per
on
tile.
every sea tile, basically.
Yeah. Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, for Rosby it might not be even that bad of an idea because otherwise he's pretty chill with his neighbors. Other than yeah, but disembark only counts for the one province or just for everything around the sea tile. Oh, it's for all the provinces in the area. Okay, so it's actually. In this very specific situation, it might not be that bad of an idea.
Actually, do you think I should build the forts in Japan to control all the?
Yeah,
The
of
spring.
course.
But I mean, like if Japan is invaded, it will be an OCB because no one can make claims on it, and like either I can defend it and take a lot of mercs, or
Yeah, actually,
I just concede it.
yeah, that's a good point. Because you won't have an army always there that would be able to defend, so it might be better to just have no forts in this case, just so it counts for as little war score as possible.
Yeah, because if it's an OCB, then I don't think anyone can take 50% from it, like without taking war score.
Yeah, you should probably do a test like in single player how much war score are your all islands worth, so you can check if there's any point in defending them. If it's like 20% at most, then you can just chill.
Mm-hmm.
Though Malaya could make a war goal on Taiwan, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but Taiwan I was ready to concede since the beginning. Like the main reason I took it was to kill the pirates.
Get rid of pirates, yeah.
And
Makes
second
sense.
was to get Hindu integrated, like harmonized.
Yeah, what does Hindu give to Confucian?
Production efficiency,
Oh, nice.
and it's 15%, so it's really not bad.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, Kafo, I was just not playing this campaign. I only play this time on Wednesdays in the Unbanner campaign. So I didn't play anything from the start. I think I missed like half the session anyway, so that was probably for the best. So currently Westphalia is only allied to Lotharingia, and Italy is allied to Lotharingia as well. And if Westphalia is attacked, then we're gonna be back in the similar situation that they were. Actually, there's a bit of a change, Kafel. Right now, the points you invest kind of stay until the next week. Hey, 1 bit! That increased my Twitch revenue from this month by like 200%, most likely. Thanks. Yeah, there's no Twitch money to speak of. Yeah, so if Westphalia gets attacked, it's up to how was it called? This request piece?
What? Enforce peace?
Enforce peace, yeah. So
Yeah.
Westphalia would be dependent on Italy and Ottomans enforcing peace. You sent a bid for channel points? Is that a thing?
What? What did you say?
Apparently, Kafel sent a bid for channel points.
Hmm.
Oh, it is apparently a thing. So Twitch is just handing out pennies. Pretty nice. Oh, you mean you gave the bits for the channel points, so the other way around. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, channel points seem to be... If even Kafel needs more channel points, then it seems that there's real try time for channel points. I think Morocco is heading south to invade Mali, because apparently everyone is invading Mali.
Well, they waited a long time. I'm
Yeah.
curious it didn't happen before, but why
Yeah,
not?
Ethiopia and Ayubids are already in there, and Morocco is moving 90k south, so I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, this seeding there wasn't that much point spending, only like adding knolls, which was not as expensive. So many knolls. Oh wait, Malaya got to 50% somehow. How did they do it?
Yeah, but
I think they occupied some stuff in... No, they didn't occupy anything in Congo.
I can't take much anyway.
And they're not even blockading anything. How did they get to 50?
I still have a lot of sailors, so why?
Yeah, but they stopped blockading, and somehow the war score is still higher than it used to be.
Did you take some battles?
Now it's at +1. Maybe Rosvi deleted some of their forts? No, doesn't seem so. Doesn't seem so. So I'm really not sure how it increased. But that means that Malaya will be able... now it's 66. Oh, Congo was leaving the war.
Oh.
Congo is out of the war.
That must have hurt. And that's a bit of a betrayal, because
Yeah,
Congo had nothing to lose by staying in.
Maybe they just didn't... I mean, one thing Malaya was actually moving... maybe they could have occupied some colonies of Congo in South America. But it might have been that Congo just wanted out of the war, and he just sent a peace and didn't realize it would put Rosvi into over 50%.
Yeah.
And Morocco has... I think he kept the Spanish ideas. Castilian ones. Yeah. He actually needs them for his colonies, because otherwise he has nothing to colonize with.
Look at my advisor cost. Like, it's really broken.
Yeah, advisor cost is just... if you stack it enough, yeah. +5 for 5 ducats. Let's see, what trading in tea, estate, importing tea, typing, reforms, advisor cost. Yeah, that's... And this is 50% cheaper. Yeah, that's pretty good advisor. I mean, frankly, you could upgrade the other ones as well, and they would be like, what, 15 at most?
Yeah, but I want to get the institution very quick.
Oh, so you're saving up money.
Yeah, just waiting for a few more provinces.
Makes sense. Punjab and Bengal are gonna be waiting a while since... yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because,
well, it's nowhere close to anything useful. 2% of Punjab have the printing press.
Get good, Krediax. Get good.
Yes, yeah, careful. Oh, there's a war between Westphalia and Thuringia were invaded by Prussia. Prussia, Poland, Russia and Sweden, so the entire gang is in. We're ending in 3 minutes, so that's a pretty bold move, to be honest.
It is. It definitely is. Declaring a war like that just before the end of session.
Yeah, and like with knowing that the Ottomans already intervened once. I really think if it was just Ottomans who intervened, the Eastern Alliance still could maybe try and do it. Especially if they managed to cut off the Ottomans from the Central Alliance.
I mean, Lithuania doesn't have that much power capacity. They may have recovered a bit, but like...
Yeah, but I mean, still, just Sweden, Poland and Prussia are pretty strong.
Sweden can fight, definitely. Prussia can bring a little, but they're just lacking the quantity and the economy.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it would be basically Poland and Sweden against the Ottomans. And I think Ottomans win. I think he has basically the same income as the whole bloc.
Yeah, but it's not just about income. Like, they do have more manpower. A lot more manpower than Ottomans together.
Yeah,
actually,
but
the Ottoman manpower is, especially that they lost quite a bit in the French war, so it's like halfway to the full, a bit more.
Yeah, it's a bit less than 500. Okay.
Apparently, Ayyubids finished their war versus Mali, and it's looking really ugly. Wow. We don't have cursed Iberia, it moved south into Sahel. I guess Congo is not getting much from this division. I wonder. Seems Morocco is finished with their fight as well. Yeah, Ayyubids are not looking too bad. Their income is kind of low for the amount of debt they have, though.
How much are they making from trade in Alexandria? Not much, I guess.
Overall, they're making 5 ducats from trade, so something's wrong in here.
Yeah, it is. Do they have a trade deal with someone?
Yeah, let's see. Are they getting subs? They're getting 10 subs from the Ottomans.
Oh, come on. 15 income, like...
Yeah, you're sending 14 ducats to Constantinople,
Yeah,
and somehow you're getting 9.
Time to renegotiate.
Yeah. I think you need to...
Yeah. He's getting scammed.
Yeah, all trade deals are scams, as I said before.
All
trade deals are scams.
Nah, like, I want a trade deal with Malacca, but he's not accepting it.
Yeah.
Because I cannot really push him away. Like, he's stealing my trade, and there is nothing for me to do against it, since he will have anyway more ships than me. So if he wants to take the trade, he will. So I wanted to make a trade deal with him to lose less money. But he said...
Yeah, so basically you wanted to scam him, and he said no. I
didn't want to scam him. I wanted to make something that was profitable for both of us, and like, well, less bad for me.
And profitable for both of us. Wink, wink.
No, I mean, he would have won money if I still trade to him.
Yeah, but then you would gain money as well.
Yeah.
And he could just have your money and not give you money. Westphalia is going for a battle on what kind of fort is it? It's a forest fort. And to be fair, like, Polish army and Russians are quite far away. Sweden's are close enough. Depends on how long this battle goes, but the morale for Westphalia is not looking too hot. Their discipline also is not as high as it used to be in their best days.
How many cannon stacks on both sides?
3 on both, more or less. Westphalia has 2, Thuringia has 1. Which is about as what you would expect, to be honest. Westphalia is doing a sweet reinforcements cutoff, though Prussia still has 30k that will be able to support. Russia is going through another province, but Lotharingia is cutting them off with another cannon stack, which is pretty good. But in the end, it looks like Westphalia is not going to be able to withhold their reinforcements for long enough, and they will be able to support the main battle. Lotharingia, though, gets a nice stack wipe. So this is something, but the Swedes are going for Lotharingia, not the main battle. But Poles and Russians already made it in time. So it looks like it's gonna be a win for the Eastern Alliance in the end. Wait. Italy sent 17k condos to Lotharingia, but that's not gonna change anything.
But like declaring 2 minutes before end of session, it's very...
Yeah, we should be actually ending, by the way, Xavier.
Yeah, totally. End of the...
And the war with Rosby still goes on despite, like, Malaya being over 50%. Yeah, so Congo left the war, so Malaya has much more war score now. And wait, they're actually trying to land.
Oh
yeah, there's the Zanzibar Islands.
yeah, but like Rosby could fight that.
Yeah, and they will fight that. They have more cannons than infantry, so...
Yeah, and they're going to be late.
Wait, do they have more cannons than infantry overall? Yeah, they have 70k infantry and 55k cannons.
Really? What the fuck?
It's a lot of cannons.
Did they scorch earth on Zanzibar?
Yes.
Good.
It will take them over 1 month to land, and they're not locked in, but he can just move his fleet, I think, right? And that would prevent landing anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's not gonna happen for Malaya.
Yeah, he has absolutely no military bonuses.
So I guess maybe he keeps the 1k stacks everywhere for the Scorched Earth. He built a lot of forts. He built a lot of forts on the coast at the beginning of the war. There was like 1 fort in the entire Rosby. So he did build a lot of forts, but like he lost like 20 war score, or maybe 25 when Congo left. That was way too much for Deving to...
Does Rosby have full combat width? Don't think so.
No, he has full combat width of cannons. But he has quality full, so... Quality, yes. Yeah, and he has the Rosby ideas, so he should be he should be okay-ish in this fight. Let's see. -2. Better leader for Malaya, but not that much. 17 more discipline war for Rosby.
Yeah, 2 crossing. I think Rosby will get it.
Vele is out of sync on the last. We're paused, by the way, Shavir. Okay.
Yeah.
Rehost. Yeah, that's a good idea. We need. This might actually be crazy good for Rosby, depending on how much war score they get from this. Oh, somehow Malaya is withdrawing into a province.
Oh, stack wipe.
Yeah, it's gonna be a stack wipe eventually.
Yeah.
Let's see how much they should be getting a lot from this one. They're trying to withdraw into the ships.
It should be 4 or 5%, I think, not more, because it's conquest.
Yeah, but it's still reducing the amount of land that Malaya will eventually be able to take. That was a really bold landing.
Yeah, I mean, I think he saw that the cannon stacks were not very good, but yeah, the quality of Malaya on land is really bad.
Yeah, he doesn't have even quality.
Yeah. Which is probably a mistake, since quality also helps...
Yeah. I was surprised, to be honest. Like, he went exploration, naval, expansion, and then economic now. So, like...
Well, he wants to dev, so I can get that. So, economics...
And at the same time, the Eastern Alliance is just pushing straight through Westphalia with not much being able to stop them. So yeah, that's this week's session, and it's been very fun. war non-stop. Last session's second half was kind of boring, but this time we got something pretty much the entire time, which was very nice. Very nice session, and like there's a lot of alliances that are not that huge.
Yes,
and we even got some backstabbing this session.
There are not that many stable hug boxes, apart from India, I think, and Ottomans, Persia, Ayyubids. All the other
But it's
blocks
not they're not really working together in wars. And I think that like Poland, Prussia, Russia, and Sweden is currently the second after India, the most stable box.
Yeah, probably.
And I mean typing, but you know that player, he's just a crazy high-boxer. Doesn't want to war anyone.
I do have an ally, which is the first.
Yeah, that's what
sessions.
the first step to being a high-boxer. Having an ally.
But like it was an alliance of convenience for both of us.
Yeah, it's just an alliance with benefits, you mean?
Yeah, I got some land out of it, which was nice. But I gave him a lot of money, and hordes really need money. So
yeah, I think his income is not too bad for a horde.
I have 100 income right now. I should have just let AI play my nation and would have been better than playing.
How did that happen? What?
what the
I
fuck?
converted recently, so my goods produced went way down because I'm not Hindu anymore. I only recently started catching up, and I wasn't able to put the trade companies on yet. So my goods produced in the Bengal node are very tiny compared to what trade.
So did you fire that typing mission, Shavir?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, might be a good time. 5 years left.
Yeah, that's interesting to know.
Are you going to do a nation review, XVR?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go, guys, because I have a bit of stuff to do before the next week. So
just skip my nation, okay?
I
See
don't
ya.
think I will. I have information to gather.
Wait, what do you mean?
Guilty.